Oh my goodness. Don't start off the stream like that, buddy. Already cursing? This guy's crazy.
It's just so like obnoxiously loud for me.
I think I need to open League of Legends. That's what I think.
I should do the same.
It is a good day, man. It is a good day.
Yep.
Alright. Let me see. I'm going to post this real
Where's
quick.
the invite? Sweet.
Alright, man. We can start talking a little bit here. I'm all set up. We can have a real conversation now. So, how are we feeling about this series here today, CLT?
This is gonna be a banger. I've been excited for this. Well, since last week. So it's gonna be a good one. I think you have two very evenly matched teams that to some degree like to do the same similar things, but they have like their own version of that thing that they do. So um it's gonna be a good one. And it is a best of 5. Heck yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Both teams have full lineups, right?
Yep, both teams have full lineups. No um, subs today, luckily.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And let's see, because these two teams were both from Group A, we had them play in the Week 3 matchup where Boomer Squad ended up winning that. Um, Couple of just stats to go over that I kind of pseudo prepped. When it came to the regular season, Boomer Squad had the third highest team KDA, so they definitely like to group up, and team fight very well.
I'll be right back. You can keep talking.
No, you're good. Lyco for sorry, I had to refresh my notes here for a sec. Clyco for Scorch had the most assists in the regular season. Again, this is on Battlefy. I know some of those games didn't make it there, so just take that with a grain of salt. But she had the most assists in the regular season, and had the most wards placed with Chingy being third in that stat. So both supports putting out a lot of wards, um, and assisting quite a bit. So that'll be a pretty decent matchup to watch. Um,
Sorry
Let me
about that.
see.
Had to check on a personal matter there.
Tim had the most. He's got the most kills in playoffs so far. Granted, again, playoffs, grain of salt.
Appar-
So,
Apparently, I posted the wrong link somehow. I don't really know how I did that, but let's get the right one.
uh, so, let's see, what else do we got? Some champions that are shared between the two teams: Amumu, Aurora, Yone, um, Ezreal to some degree. We haven't seen Bori play it, but I know he has it in the bag. Um, and Aurora and Yone are actually the top two picks, and Yone is one of the top four banned from the regular season. So, um, we got a lot of similarities in champ pool, but then there is some subtle differences too. We have no Victor Applesman cooked in the top lane, so we'll see what he comes out with. Um, and then you got two very prolific Syndra players and Mage players overall between this matchup with Tang and Tim. Um, that's going to be really good. So we'll see how this goes.
Okay, I think this is the right one now. I hope. I don't know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I was informed I posted the wrong one for however reason. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, sorry about the distractions there, CLT.
Oh, you're good. You're good. We got a first ban Ari. Not a shocker
Let me get that up into.
to, to anybody who's seen the semifinal matchup last week. Um, Tim had an insane Ari game to bring him over into the finals.
Indeed.
And Scorch banning out the Nocturne. That's obviously kind of a flex pick against Boomer Squad as Poke Archer plays it, but also Victor as well. And then Cassante and Bori's Neela gets banned out as well. So, doing their research a little bit. And there's Aurora. We knew Aurora was one of the top played champions in the playoffs and one of the most banned champions in the regular season too. And Senna being something that Chengi has been preferring quite a bit. And we got a first pick Corki here. Corki picked up a lot of buffs this patch, so I don't think either team has actually played Corki this whole season, but doesn't surprise me.
Have we really even seen Corky at all? Like, I don't remember seeing the champion once.
I can't remember seeing it that often, if at all, either. So
Yeah, by the time we started up the league, it got, like, significantly nerfed. So, um,
yeah, it seemed like the league went through like a couple iterations as far as the patches. Like we did see a bunch of 80 carries come out, and then when that got nerfed, we seen the Nasus meta come through, which both of these guys played Nasus. Um, and then here in the playoffs, we've seen the mages come back through.
yep. Speaking of
So
mages, this is Syndra. Now, this is a flex pick. If teams did not know that before, they certainly will know now. So, I'm sure Boomer Squad has got to have some sort of idea how they want to play around that.
yeah.
What are some counters to it mid lane that you can think of?
So she's really susceptible to artillery mages, the Trinity of Ziggs, Vel'Koz, Xerath, or assassins that can stay on top of her. Zed, Talon, Echo. Um, there's a couple of others out there that really like give her fits. Yasuo kind of does as well, because it's really hard for her to land the Q when he's dashing around. He's actually unironically pretty good in the Yone, just because he has such a direct like attack plan that she can very easily EQ him out of it.
Do we think now? Because you put the Yasuo, I'm pretty sure I've seen Bori play the Yasuo at some point. Could we maybe see like them just like flex the Yasuo here? Like I don't think Corki can really go mid like he used to, but like I mean it certainly could have potential. Could we just see like we just pick Yasuo and see where the Syndra is going and then go from there?
Potentially. I actually don't think Corki's like a terrible matchup in the Syndra, especially on the bot lane side where they scale a little bit slower. Syndra gets passive stacks from leveling up, and bot lane she doesn't level up as quickly, so Corki can actually hold that early and mid game spike over her a little bit longer. And I know there's like a lethality Corki start and build going on out there that's really punches really hard in the early game. There's a chance that Corki's like maybe a pseudo answer to her. I've not personally played that matchup this patch yet. So, but looking at the second ban phase, there's obviously some Boomer Squad getting rid of some of the top laners that Ares plays. And Rusty plays actually Gwen as well, correct?
I think he has played it before. It's not one of his like high priority picks,
Sure.
but he definitely has before. I feel like it is probably banned more for Ares here though.
That's true. Was Xin Zhao showing? Oh. So Zig's showing. I'm going to side on the fact that that's probably a Zig's bot, but I mean Zig's mid is not terrible either, if you know how to play it.
Yeah, I feel like this is their way of taking the Ziggs away from Bori, but again, like so far in this playoffs, he hasn't that I can remember pulled it out maybe once in the playoffs. I just don't recall him pulling it out at all in the playoffs. So, he's been actually more on traditional 80 carries. So, not a bad idea. Certainly still strong with taking these turrets if they want to play the objective game here, which would mean forcing the grubs early. And Jinzhao is really good in discarding it early. Like, so that's what they want to go for.
Mhm.
Yeah, Boonstra is certainly a mage battling menace.
Whoa, wait. With this Lilia, is this Skarner top now? This might be
Oh
Skarner.
my
Yeah, this has to be
goodness.
Skarner top.
This giraffe is insane. What is going on here in game one? What are these teams doing to us?
Okay, so this is Skarner top, Corky mid,
Is this
and
is this because we have 5 games, so everyone's gonna try to do an experimental draft game one and be like,
I mean, I can't blame them honestly. It is like I said, 5 game series, so but we'll see. Corky mid. I wouldn't like. I could see a world where like Yone could be okay into it, but I just don't know how much damage Corky does with the buffs this patch.
wait, but the Yone has to go top here. Like the Syndra Ziggs is not gonna be good top lane here, right? Like there's no way.
You're right. You're right. This is Yone top then.
What is this draft, guys? You guys on both sides are insane. Like I think both drafts have like semblance of normal normal draft in there, but like we got a little wild here. I'm liking it though. I am liking the wildness of the drafting.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is I'm already down with the way the series is shaping up. We haven't even played a minute yet. But odds are is that's most likely a Syndra mid. Even though Ziggs to me sounds better in the Corky than Syndra, personally. So I don't know. It's interesting, but also to note, like if they put a bunch of pressure topside and keep this Yone down, Xin Zhao's diving into Lilia, Skarner, Rakan.
I don't blame you. Of
They
course,
could just blow him up pretty quickly,
yeah. I'd rather be home anyway.
per se. I mean, his ult's gonna delay some time, but like I don't see a world where this Xin Zhao ever gets on top of Corky Caitlyn.
Yeah, it's gonna be very difficult. I'm just kind of curious if this Lilia just goes top here. Like at this point, you got to think about who it is top lane. This might be Lilia for Victor. Like
This could, I mean, into Yone, I
okay, no, it's not. It's
it.
not. He's not doing it. He's not doing it. Okay, okay.
No, yeah, It is.
Like he
It
just
is.
so many wild things. Like Scarlet Top is still technically it still technically works.
Yeah.
The strength for it did get isn't as strong as it was before because they got rid of the ability to do that E where you're like going backwards or whatever. The really weird thing, and so you can eat people in a tower so easily. That's gone now. So Scarlet Top does lose some skill expression and viability, but into an 80 matchup, I think Skarner is fine with this. He gets one item and he just pretty much can't die to Yone.
Yeah. Yeah, and also in the double melee top side with Yones and Zal, like Heartsteel does have some value, but Unending Despair has quite a bit of value too.
Yeah.
Oh, and it is the Ziggs mid. Okay.
Right. So we've
That's
confirmation.
yeah. Yeah, it is Ziggs mid, which I like that a lot more than the Syndra mid.
Who dares defy my will?
Ziggs has a much safer time playing against like early game scalers. Because he can just 2Q the back line and push it very easily and from afar.
How do we feel about this Corki mid now though? That's just where we see it's going. Like
I think the 2v2s, like he adds a lot of value to it just because of how like early game skewed he is. With the Gatling gun changes, which I think are the W, with the W and lethalities builds going around. So I think in the 2v2 I would give it to Corky Lilia, but I still like Ziggs if he lands. I mean Ziggs with any lane for mid. Oh, thank you. So Gatlings is he. Ziggs it just depends on how much time Ziggs gets to set up. I mean, you're also looking at it from the other side. Like Skarner, Lilia, Corki, Rakan, all are pretty like they're short range and melee range. So jumping into Ziggs, Syndra, Nami is going to be difficult as well. I don't really think either team has like the greatest parting gauge in the world. So there's a chance like Ziggs could stall this game out to let Syndra scale.
yeah, I will say these teams are really well set up overall. I mean, you're getting mixed damage in all sections with either a tank or at least a hybrid tank. So pretty well done in the drafts here. Nobody gets to stack anything and feel safe. But
I've seen D2 plus Corky's got a 53% win rate. That's quite a bit.
yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, all these players are bronze players, so I'm just kidding.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm just memeing. I'm just memeing. on some real stuff though, I don't know what everyone's elo currently is. Obviously, we've shifted into the new split. It's still relatively fresh. We're like a month in or something, right? So,
Yeah.
Everyone's elo probably hasn't gotten back to their previous elo, but we also did have a mega reset. So, I know Emerald's still kind of the breeding ground for like Diamond players from last split, and Diamond is still like a breeding ground for Masters players from last split. So, I don't know if D2 plus is what we should be looking at. I feel like we should probably be looking at, I'd say like maybe like just regular Diamond plus.
That's same.
Yeah.
Yeah, 52%. And even just for the sake of the conversation, Emerald plus 52% win rate. Corky's doing very
So
well.
basically across the board, Corky is good champion. Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Everybody just play Corky in your solo queue games, and you will win more than you will lose. Guaranteed.
So the runes and masteries kind of get tweaked as you go up. So we'll see. I think Corky fits both of these mid laners. I think being such prolific like mage players and spellcasters, that Corky fits right in.
Well, what we're not going to see is we're not going to see them get opportunities to really style at least this game as much. I mean, sure, we might see some, crazy WQ play by Ziggs or something, and maybe you'll see something similar with Corky, or something with like some kiting by Tang. but we're not going to be able to see the flashy engages or flashy pickoffs we usually see by these mid laners. They're going to be playing more of a standard front to back style.
Yeah. And who would you favor looking at the draft going in this game 1?
That's a great question. Let me mull this over. Let me consider this. I don't know, man. I really don't. I feel like I guess I'll give it to just for the sake of having a true engage. I'll give it to the side of Boomer Squad because they actually have an engage. That's it. Like the game, I feel like it's easier for them to execute. Sure, Xin Zhao can technically engage, but I never loved seeing Xin Zhao really fully engage as much as I like to see him as a follow-up engage. Obviously, Yone does give some nice setups too, but Rakan is such an easy setup, is my point. In Discarner.
And I think the more I think about it, I might go with Boomer Squad on this game 1 as well. There's just not really much cohesiveness on the side of Scorch when you're looking at their comps in general. I mean, there's not much to set up Ziggs, and there's actually maybe a touch of anti-synergy between Xin Zhao and Ziggs. I never really like to play like an artillery mage with Xin Zhao, kind of for that reason. So,
are you in game, by the way?
I am not.
Okay.
I know the first one.
I should have been ready. I should have been ready, boys. I'm trolling this guy.
Yeah. Oh no, it's my PC's trolling you.
True. That's okay. I'm at 59 seconds, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I can.
In the meantime, we'll just pretend the game is paused. So let's go ahead and look at the pause game we have going on here. Oh yeah,
What
dude. 59 seconds. Look at these teams. They're about to just go at it. They're obviously all about to just walk at each other right now in this nice 5-point stance.
55, 56, 8, 59.
All right, cool. We're good. We do have a Chemtech Drake is going to be the first Drake of the game. I really think that Boomer Squad should definitely try to get that. It's going to favor them heavily having this Skarner.
Yeah.
Whereas Tang is pushing 10 out heavily. That's a lot of damage from Gatling right there. Oh, disgusting. Half HP going into lane is insane.
Yeah.
And they get vision of the start of the Xin Zhao, which is pretty massive. Yeah, I think with you having a Ziggs, you'd want to focus these grubs early on. Nice W in there from Changi. Yeah, they're gonna do a nice damage on the Calico. Oh, and just level 2 advantage there mid. Just gets to pressure the Ziggs.
Yep. I wouldn't expect there to be like a lot of action this early game.
Yeah,
If anything, it could happen bot lane.
Yeah, I'll say something to note already early on in this game. There's already a 10 CS lead up in the top side, so something to watch out for. And the Yone was able to get a cheater recall off, so it's pretty good for him. And we do see a gank though here in the mid lane. Tang's have to be very careful as Rusty's going to come in. Will this be first blood of the series? High chance it is. Going to dash in with the E, slow him with the W. Nice Q by Tem. Oh, and the flash. Can he save him in the slow? Is that enough? Oh, it will not be, but this should be a kill for Poke Archer as well. No, nice dodge on the W.
Oh, nice sidestep.
Oh, he gets sidetracked with 2, and now they're both going to get out. A mistake by Poke Archer there. And a first blood for this Xin Zhao.
Oh, that's such a feels bad for Poke Archer there. Thought the burn was going to take care of Ziggs, but Ziggs
The
might
executes.
donate a kill. Nope, he's going to execute.
Oh my god, this is a big win for Scorch here early on in the game. Yeah, he wanted to get that double kill, but, you know, nice movement there by Tem, dodging out the W from the Lilia, getting down the minefield and just living. And that was just game-changing there early on in this game. Ah, but look at, they're punishing Rusty now. They know he has no flash, and this kill is going to go over to Tang.
Aries putting in work also on this top side.
Yeah, you see the Syndra not having as much ability to do bot as she was in the other series where they picked it. The Caitlyn has so much range. Makes it very difficult for them to step up here.
Yeah, we've seen some teams. I think what was it, Sad Jellyfish, like Shanti played this Caitlyn and showcased the power of the early game. So it doesn't surprise me that a couple of teams might have picked up on that, or these two teams specifically. I think it is a decent answer into any type of mage bot lane. Boonstra had enough for a lost chapter here, so that's going to be pretty good to push the Caitlyn back a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of disgusting. I agree on the Corki there. Might have overtuned him a little bit. Not surprised, right? Likes to do that a lot.
Well, they specifically said like they are buffing Corki now that competitive play is done with. So they were just like, we're gonna let Corki have fun at the expense of everybody else.
Moving up here to try to set up a play with the Skarner, but there's just not much they can do. Not really a lot of damage into this Yone early on. Something I also know, Victor went an early tier too. Oh, does he get it?
He did not.
Oh, so close. Almost able to snatch that. I find it funny. I say what I feel like these teams should do, and they both do the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Never seen the Drake being taken. But actually, it makes sense, though, right? You want to deny the grubs from a Ziggs team. So, overall, it makes sense. I think what Boomer's doing is smart.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Yep. And Rusty took this as an opportunity to get the Kentech Dragon here. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this mid game is going to go between these two team comps, especially with tiers being built on the solo laners. Like they're going to spike pretty well.
And Victor is really having a tough time up here against this Yone. He is even out the CS a little bit. It, no longer a 10 CS lead, but it should grow here with the way the wave's being pushed in.
The junglers
Junglers are going to meet each other in this bush, yeah. Rusty's going to get the jump first, so that's going to be a lot of damage on a Poke Archer. Going to drop the sleep, though. Nice! Cancel there by Rusty to make sure he stays safe. And so that's going to be ults traded by the junglers.
Ward tried to do a trap combo with the net, but didn't wait for the Xin Zhao ult to fall down. I think he tried to time it just a touch early. But it's interesting to see that the double mage team is the team that didn't go tier on either one.
Yeah, double lost chapter.
Now I could argue that like I don't think Ziggs having Saros is that great. Like I definitely don't. I don't think it's optimal on him.
Well, I guess you got to consider the burst here on both sides. Um,
Yeah.
what's the burst really? Like, is it that high coming from Boomer Squad? I don't really feel like it is.
I don't.
The shield matters as much.
Yeah. I also think like into the comp that Boomers has drafted, if you're worried about getting bursted, you're not far enough away, Ziggs. It's like they don't have hard engage, they don't have a big bursty assassin, so
Yeah.
it's pretty optimal to just forego the tier Seraphs and go like Luden's companion into potentially like Leandry's.
As far as the tier on Corki, it makes sense to me. I mean, it's gonna be a Muramana, right? So it's really strong. And then the tier on top side, it's gonna be what's that article called? Winter's Approach.
Yes, I believe it is Winter's Approach.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be really good here on the Skarner.
Mhm.
Just more stacking shields on top of this thing. Scorpion.
Yeah.
Oh, Tang is in a bad spot here. Does flash. He's going to
Nice
get able to
flash.
live here. We do see Yone
Oh,
dropping the Fate Seal topside. Will that be enough damage to kill Victor? Victor's going to be able to suppress him here. Nice suppression. They're going back and forth. This should be a solo kill. A flash will not be enough. That'll be a solo kill for Ares. And that means now that we've seen 2 flashes burned and a TP coming from the Ziggs, there shouldn't be much the side of Boomer Squad can do to contest these grubs.
Yeah, that'll end up splitting at 3-3 on the grubs.
Yep. I should note, if they did want to contest, there is a TP on the Skarner, but all 5 members are here. So, yeah, they're going to call it off. Caitlyn is going to go get some plates for herself. So far, I've seen 2 plates taken on the bot side, so a lot of gold for this Caitlyn here. Oh, there's a TP from the Syndra. Doesn't get the headshot off, and they're able to clear the wave. You see, they're trying to set up a dive. Can they pull this off? They are going to be able to
Nice
get the flash, but that's all that's going to happen in the end. Well, actually, no, the TP from the Yone as well. Oh, that's a dash in from Tang, and Ares is coming in. So, oh, a nice W from Tem. It's going to knock him back, and that should be a dead Corki, and it will be. The kill going over to the Jinzao once again.
Yeah, but we see Victor getting a little bit of reprieve here to farm up this wave and actually get what appears to be 2 plates.
Yeah, so,
Ziggs is going to get a plate or 2 here.
yep. Plates early on going over to the side of Boomer Squad, but which is keeping the gold lead from getting too big. But unfortunately, that's going to be Drake stacking for the side of Scorch now. Going to pick themselves up a nice Infernal.
This Infernal is massive for this comp.
Absolutely, yeah. The burst and the on the Ziggs and Syndra is just going to go up so much now.
Yeah.
Especially early on in this game. So, in the first 14 minutes, 1 set of grubs and 2 Drakes for Scorch with a 3-1 kill lead. I mean, this is where you want to be in this game. Very nice ult there by Victor Apple. Yeah, apparently so. He's going to get the flash out of Ares. So Ares will survive.
That was interesting to see.
Well, that's the power of the Skarner top, right? It's about catching your opponent off guard, pulling him under turret, and then using your E right afterwards to get the kill. But Yone has a lot of ways to get out of these bad situations, right? So even though the ulti was canceled, he still had the Q, and he was able to just flash Q away. And that's another plate for this Caitlyn. So it's 3 plates for this Caitlyn. Oh, now they're going to play a mid lane. They're going to drop the Ignite. He's going to flash away. The last rocket will not land. Now we're going to have to watch as bot lane's in a bad spot. Oh, nice barrier though to block most of the damage. There's going to be a 2v2 top side for now. We do have the fish coming up as well. It's going to turn into a 3v3. Nice sleep coming down. Rusty will be CC. She's going to miss a sweet spot though. Tang will pick up at least 1 kill onto Ares. They're now turning onto Rusty. Rusty has really nowhere to go. He's going to flash away to try to live. Nice Q slow coming out of Victor. Do they have anything else to follow? They do not. So they're just going to get 1 kill and 2 flashes. But it's pretty nice.
Yeah, Ares did really well too.
Oh, look at Boonstride. He doesn't know that Changi's here on the bot side. There's going to be a lot of damage coming down. Oh, point blank in the face. Oh, no. Bori chose death over kill. At least it will get picked back up. But now Changi's going to have to try to run. That's a lot of damage coming out of Tem on the Ziggs. One more bomb should probably do it. There was a nice heal to come through, so he will get out alive. Now we're seeing these guys fighting over another objective. The smite's going to be done by Rusty. So that's a nice steal as Rusty will
nice
secure this. Yeah, but they should be able to take down Rusty. They will. A lot of trading back and forth, and that's going to leave the gold here at even across the board. But Tem is going to get time with this turret, with Grubs. He should be able to take down the first turret of the game with his W here.
Yep. I like how Boomer's knowing that they've won a little more scaling on their builds. Is still fighting back and making all the nice map movements to keep with line with Scorch.
Yeah, really crazy early game so far, or I should say more like mid-early game. But again, that's another neutral that's taken by Rusty here, with a nice steal onto this Herald. And with Drake spawning in a minute and a half, they can use this Herald for pressure to try to get themselves on Soul Point. Oh, we are seeing Tang dash in here onto the Syndra. They do a little damage, but Nami is there to click W. Get the HP right back.
Actually, like, Boonstra and Bori.
Oh, here's an engage bot side. A nice E coming out of Ares, and that ult by Changi is just kind of wasted in the end. So that's a big ult exhausted here, which means that this should probably be a Drake in a minute going over to Scorch without much contest.
Yeah, they will not have this Recon up ult for Dragon Fight, so this is going to be a big Dragon Fight for Boomers. We're going to see if they want to try and fight this or just let him have third Drake continue to scale and see what happens. But looks like Scorch has already got their position.
They're going to do a little damage on the Ares.
They didn't get that pink ward, so it'll heal up.
Yeah, and this ult is still halfway away for this Recon, so it's pretty big. Oh, you got to really be careful here in this bush. They do spot him with the red trinket. Rusty's going to jump in here, though. Oh, the ult's going to miss by Ares, but nice stun by Boonstra. Here's a huge sleep coming out of the Lilia. Gonna get multiple members. Oh, an attachment flash in there from Victor. Gonna get multiple people in the suppression. That's gonna be a trouble kill for this Caitlyn. A triple kill for this Caitlyn. Bori, that will not be a triple kill, but double kill and a triple kill on your main carries. And a huge play coming out of Boomer Squad.
Victor with an insane flash ult forward to catch two of the backliners.
Yeah.
A Scorch.
Absolutely. I mean, it really, that and the fact that Archer was able to get off his sleep, which is a nice, huge 4-man sleep to set that play up overall. And now we're going to see the gold swing in the favor of Boomer Squad here, going up about 2K and stop the Drake stacking.
That is the exact team fight that this Boomer Squad comp needed, knowing that they definitely went a little scaling on the builds, and they still ended up winning that third Dragon team fight. It was massive for them. And all of the gold went onto the right people, too. You had 2 kills on Tang. You had 3 kills on Bori. You couldn't have asked for a better team fight.
Yeah, the exact setup they needed to get back in this game. And now we're, like I said, they got themselves a gold lead, and let's see what they can kind of do with it from moving forward. Nice little E there by Victor. Doesn't get him under the turret, though.
I actually think he's going Warmogs.
Oh, a nice suppression there. He's going to pull him on the turret once again. He's going to walk in front, so he'll force him to take another turret shot, but a nice W will come off from Ares, will negate any more damage. It also look like Rakan uses alt mid as well. Nothing else happened.
Here's the thing I was talking about, though. Like, with not the greatest wave clear of Siege, like this Boomer Squad comp's gonna need Baron to kind of push against this Ziggs. This Ziggs Syndra, I should say. Oh, and it was a heart steal by Victor Apple. Okay, so 20-minute heart steal seems a little late.
Yeah, I would say a lot a bit late, but I mean, he did sacrifice by going other items there. You know, the getting his boots early, the chain vest.
Here's Tang knowing he's called out.
Yeah, Tang's got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Just gonna go down for a shutdown onto the Jin Zhao. Once again, these kills going over to the Jin Zhao. I definitely like Jin Zhao with gold, but here at 20 minutes already, I would really love to see the Ziggs get that kill.
Yeah, agreed.
But as I say that, we have more fighting topside. Ares does have his flash, so he should be fine to get out. Here comes the Caitlyn R. Going to do a decent amount of damage, but she's not able to pick up the kill. But they will pull or push the Yone out of lane. Ooh, they're walking right into a Syndra stun. But they should be alright. So they're just going to try to force this tier 1 topside here. Oh, but they're going to TP in. Could this be a mistake? They do get the turret. Nice trap there. Ares will be trapped over, but he's going to get a nice Yone ult. And a huge stun coming out of the Syndra, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 so far as the supports and top laner go down. There was also a nice sleep on the Boomstar. Boomstar's trying to run away. He doesn't really have anywhere to go. That's going to be another kill going over to Poke Archer on this Lilia. Rusty Recro, though, is coming from behind. Nice flash to dodge the E from Victor Apple. Does get a nice ult off as well. Can they just take down the Skarner? They will. Nice bubble is going to catch Poke Archer. Bory's in a really, really bad spot. Oh, flash it from 10. Do they have the damage? Looks like they do. That should be a double kill coming over. So far, not so. Oh, but Tang's going to try to look for a play here. Oh, he's going to turn on to Calico. He will get the kill. That's a sacrifice for Tom to make sure he's able to get out alive.
Well, that fight, definitely, you got the gold on all the right people for Scorch. Like, this Ziggs picking up that shutdown was massive.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not a big fan of this large rod pickup. I mean, I understand where he's going into, but I think you really need Leandries because Lilia and Skarner stack a lot of health before they stack resistances.
Yeah, they're pinging out this Corki. He's just sitting on this ward. This is so funny. You see stuff like that.
Yeah. Likewise, if we see Corki go something like Hex.
Nice W here onto Ares. They're going to get his E out. This is not a very good spot for him. He's going to try to run away, but they're just going to step in front. That should guarantee a kill. Some nice charms coming up on top of Calico. Calico should also go down. That's going to be a double kill for this Caitlyn. That should secure on a Drake here. And start the stacking for Boomer Squad now on these Cloud Drakes.
Yep. And Skarner, Corki have hit their spikes where they're not going to be pushed around by Scorch. So.
All right, so at 24 minutes in, we got the Baron up. What do we want to see from both these teams here? What are the setups we're looking for?
I think Scorch's team comp, because they don't really have like the hardest engage or front line to make space. They gotta depend on picks, either like a bubble that they walk into, or like Rusty starting a fight with Ares backing up. I think is their key to trying to get a pick and force the tempo into their favor. But right now, Boomer Squad, they're okay with this game going a little bit longer, and letting this Skarner and Caitlyn scale up quite a bit. The onus isn't on them. But likewise, if they set up and put a lot of pressure on Baron.
Oh, a nice cancel there from Ares. That's a lot of damage onto the Skarner. Ares going to look to all in here. He does land the Fate Seal. It's a lot of damage coming out from Ares. That should be a kill on the Victor Apple. Nice shield coming out, but it's just not enough. They are going to serve the Baron, though. That's pretty insane. We do have TP on this Yone, though. They did spot it out. They have the information. Rusty Crow's going to get in and drop the ulti. They're going to do a lot of damage, but here's the flame from Boomshaw. Boomshaw's going to drop the ult on a Park Archer. Park Archer will go down. The Stranger will die next. Rusty's hitting the Baron. There's no jungler. That's going to be the smite going down. Ares is going to get himself another kill.
Ares TP.
And where is Tang going to go? Tang's going to W over the wall. So they go for a Baron flip. And it does not go in their favor, as there was a solo kill on the bottom of the map.
Boy, what a gutsy like Baron call. That's like, I think they need to turn a team fight into that type of Baron, because if not, you're just gonna get poked out, or you're asking Syndra to come in and one-shot somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. I really think right now for Caitlyn and Corky, you want to see just nice front-to-back setups. And we're obviously really not seeing that. Oh, a nice suppression, though, is going to come down on a Tem. He's being forced to flash away. They were able to slow him with the third Q, but that's all they're going to get. Oh, Tang wants this 1v1. That's so much damage on the Ares. Oh, my goodness. Here comes the Caitlyn on. That should secure the kill. Wow.
Yeah, Corky boss looks good.
Yeah, that was insane. Now you do see the Yone picking up the Immortal Shield bow, so that's to keep him a little bit safe against this Corky if they meet again. But what damage? As Freak would say, tons of damage.
Corky did tons of it. It's only gonna get worse from here, I feel like. I think the wild card in this game is going to be...
They know that the Ziggs does not have flash. Oh, it looks like a nice early cancel come out there. And that's going to be a kill going over to the support. But a nice pickup for the side of Boomer Squad.
Wow. Especially knowing that Corky just used... Or not Corky, Ziggs just used the satchel to jump. Now that's your bread and butter for the anti-siege. Is that Ziggs right there?
Yeah, Dippy, it's best of 5, my friend. This is game 1. We're just getting started with the fun here.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much, not really much done with the Baron, huh? Regardless of the nice fight they had, Boomer Squad were able to find some picks and some nice plays to stall out the Baron, and now we're looking onto this Drake that would be sole point for either of these teams.
Yeah, this Dragonflight has a lot of implications on it.
We have TP on both solo laners for Boomer Squad. We do see a TP coming out. That is going to be the Skarner. He's got a flank. They don't see him. Meanwhile, they're engaging onto this Lilia. That's a lot of damage on the Lilia. Whoa! Completely popping the Yone there. They're going to get a nice suspension on Boomer and Rusty Crow. We're going to push him out. It's going to be a double kill for this Caitlyn. A nice sleep. That's a triple kill for this Caitlyn. The second of the game, and there goes down Calico as well. Rusty's going to be forced to flash. What a nice setup there as they try to engage onto Lilia, but it was all for naught. And now all Rusty can do is watch his base crumble in front of him.
This potentially could be a game
Yeah, there's 20 seconds on pretty much every single member of Scorch. Russ is going to go and do whatever he can, drop the ultimate. There's a lot of damage going on to this Scorpion, but he just doesn't die. He's too tanky. And now they're just focusing the second turret. Second turret will go down, and there's not going to be anybody to stop them. That should be the game, and it will be.
Wow, what a game ending. Like, we thought this was going to go the distance. It's had like a 40-minute game written all over it, and then that fight burst broke out.
All it takes sometimes is one fight, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look at the Corki damage that game. 23,000 out of this Corki. And just absolutely insane. I mean, Leone did what he could, but I mean, most of that damage was definitely onto the Skarner, so just it's too much. I think Corki might be if we play it on both sides, this might become a power pick throughout these playoffs. Or not playoffs, but throughout this finals, I mean.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, that was a pretty big statement game there by Boomers. Just to like be confident that they can weather this early game and scale up a little. So, I want to see like something else out of like Scorch's mid, because I don't think like the Syndra was nice in theory to have as a flex pick when you R1 R2 Syndra Nami, but I think the Syndra potentially could have went mid, and you could have put something else bot lane, or actually, like if you just swap Syndra and Ziggs, like Ziggs can go bot and push back Caitlyn a little bit. Syndra's okay mid. It's not like Corki can just stay on top of her. She just EQs him back.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Caitlyn pick was good in identifying, like, okay, I think we're going to take the Syndra bot lane here once they saw everything being opened up. But yeah, Ziggs is definitely better into the Caitlyn for sure. I will agree with you on that one. As far as the Syndra matchup mid into Corki, I feel like that's fine too for Syndra. I'll agree there as well.
Yeah.
I feel like we've seen it before in the past, and it's just kind of, I don't really want to say there's any just like a major skill expression in the matchup, but the Corki's got to be a lot safer in the matchup than he would necessarily into the Ziggs. So, because the R button, Syndra R button, such great counterplay. It might even force like a Corki barrier or something in the mid lane, which could have been really impactful. Keep the TPs out. But yeah, we'll see what these teams do. We are seeing a Nocturne ban coming out on the side of Scorch, as well as an Ahri ban once again. So it doesn't look like we're gonna see this Ahri this series.
Yeah. I think if they let Tang have his Ahri, I'm sorry, Tim have his Ahri, then I would be very suspect that they've got something cooked either against it, or they're okay to like let it outscale.
Yeah.
Was like something like Veigar.
Here's the Nyla ban. The Nyla ban, like, once again, I know that he had a really great game with it, but as he has stated, like, there are certainly bad matchups for Nyla in the bot lane, more than there are necessarily good. So I'm really surprised that Scorch is banning that once again, and gonna leave the Corki on the table. But maybe they first pick it here. Maybe that's what they're planning.
I think they're pushing Boomer to ban this Corki because they were looking at first picking it.
Okay, yeah. So a smart ban phase here from Scorch, making red side ban a power pick here. We're gonna start off with the Syndra once again. It didn't really have as much impact there in that game. I mean, it had some small moments, but I feel like maybe leaning a little bit away from it isn't a bad idea. I understand it's also a flex pick for Scorch, but there's still some really other good first pick champions you could take here.
Yeah, I think Syndra's like okay here for a B1, but I think it's now up to Boomer to like pick something like rangy or hard engage into it. Which, I mean, Sejuani, that's also like a flex pick between jungle and top. as we've seen Victor play it 3 or 4 times this split already.
I was checking to see if it was banned last game, and it wasn't. So,
Yeah, it was not.
but I mean that's a really good answer as you talk about hard engage. I mean, the glacial prison is huge for the Sejuani here to catch onto the Syndra. We are going to see also a Xayah, which I like a lot as well. I think it's one of those kind of underrated 80 carries for the last couple weeks. Very, very strong with the proper setup. We, of course, do have Rakan taken off the table for Chengi here, so we won't get the Lovers duo bot lane, though.
Mm-hmm. Xayah's interesting because now I think on the side of Boomer Squad, you're just inviting like hard engage to be picked into you, which we'll see what Scorch wants to go. I think Xayah in the mages is specifically like favored for the mages in general. So let's see if the Syndra and Nami now go bot lane. And Yone's still on the table here. So I would be curious to see if Yone doesn't get picked here.
You know,
I would like to see Boomers like.
I think
ban
I think
Yone.
we have an R3 Senna coming, by the way. Oh, maybe not.
Ooh.
I was feeling like it was gonna be just because I think Senna. Oh no, it's a Blitzcrank!
Okay.
Oh my goodness, threw me for a
That's
complete whirl.
interesting.
All right, I like Blitzcrank here though. I think it's really really strong into Nami and Syndra. I was gonna state before you were talking about what you were talking about here. I don't specifically want to see the Nami again either. I feel like you got to switch up this draft a bit. And Calico is a good Nami player, loves to play the Nami, but there's other stuff in the pool here, and it just feels like we're setting ourselves up for a harder game. Not allowing something like just playing the Nautilus and making Xayah force her ultimate. Right, like these are the types of things, and it would have been great because Blitzcrank is not picked right here at that point either, and even if they want to pick it, it's not really good for Blitzcrank. So,
Yeah, this is gonna be like these last 2 picks for both sides are gonna be really interesting, because you're now inviting Scorch to play like beefier champions to like create walls and less opportunities for Blitzcrank. But also with tanks comes like some form of engage, which Xayah is okay with as well. So I think Boomer Squad's really drafted quite well.
yeah, I agree.
Like three.
Like I said, the Nautilus would be the only thing I think would be great here if you're trying to counter the Xayah here. Otherwise, a lot of your other engages, you really want those tools to be used to actually CC the Xayah, not force out the ult. So
Sejuani top here.
that's what it's looking like. Now, I'm not going to put nothing past this guy. This could be J4 top 2. I'm just going to wait and let it go. But it does feel like that's probably what's happening here.
I was about to get into the kind of the next point of with Boomer Squad banning Yone, I think you're forcing the Syndra mid here. Because there's not much other AD mid laners, and if you pick a mage here, you're very magic damage heavy. And there's a smolder here from coming out from Scorch.
Yeah, it's a very no.
Oh,
Don't get baited. Don't get
like
baited.
it.
Don't get baited by the Trundle. I know the Trundle beats Sejuani. I understand, but don't get baited by it here. I think there's better picks. I was actually liking the Gwen, by the way.
I actually think Trundle's perfectly fine here. Boomers has literally no way of dealing with a Trundle split push. Like, it's just they don't.
But they have no way of dealing with the Gwen split push either.
They don't either. That is correct. But I think Trundle's actually much better here.
I
hate this champion.
No, to the Fizz. To the Fizz. Give me the Fizz. I think Fizz is great in the Syndra. It's a great pick. 100%.
Fizz is great. Fizz is great in general. He's just not played that often.
It's the Galio. Galio J4 combo. So now you're basically putting all your eggs in the basket as the Xayah, which is fine, but like, Scorch really hasn't picked a super engaging comp, so they're not really forcing, not really have to go into them. But at the same point, even if they don't have to go into them, the J4 and Galio can just say that's fine with the Sejuani. We'll just go into you instead.
I don't know if I like this Galio mid. Like, there's so much riding on the Xayah, and Xayah's already in a tough lane. Because I think Smolder Nami just pokes her out. So I don't know.
Early on, yes, but like it really is gonna come down to this fish's positioning here in this lane because they could just farm this fish on repeat, right? You know, if
gotta move.
I'm moving out. If you know you aren't positioning well, like free hooks all day, free kills with Zaya, bot lane could be hard. Obviously, Dragon could just fly away from Blitzcrank hook, so that's not going to be the Blitz's target. But Blitzcrank has legitimately 4 good targets this game. Like, legitimately. Even Gwen. If you hook Gwen and CC her up, she's just going to get popped, right? So, like, they do have a really, really good setup here for this Blitzcrank to shine. The question is Shangy going to land the hooks? I mean, that's really the question that it comes down to.
I'm quite strong.
Yeah, if Boomer Squad gets ahead and forces Scorch into like Fog of War, then I think like the setup favors Boomer Squad, because if Scorch has to walk into that, there's only Skarner. But likewise, I think if Scorch finds a way to get ahead on this late game scaling team, I don't think there's anything Boomers can do into it.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
There are 3 champs that can leave Jarvan. You have Nami being able to provide a decent amount of peel into Jarvan Sejuani. Granted, Galio's going to just fly right in. But yeah, it's going to be whoever gets ahead and can force their team comps in the really advantageous positions.
Yeah, I think this game, like overall, as you're talking about scaling, we have a clear, evident, like one team is going to scale harder, and like you said, it's Scorch. Like the Dragon and the Gwen are just going to be so powerful late game. Once we get to like 3 or 4 item Gwen, like nobody's going to be able to fight her. She just wins any of these champs in the side lane.
Your boss is angry.
And yeah, I do agree Galio does do decent amounts of damage, but I just don't think it's significant enough. And that's my thing. Like, when you see Galio picked, you generally see a high DPS AD carry and a high DPS either jungle or mid top. Like, generally speaking, you're going to see that. Like, maybe a Yone top, for example, is something you might see with the Zaya, bot lane and the Galio mid. Just for an example. Maybe you see a Lily out of the jungle. I don't know. Give me some other champions here.
What, for high damage?
Yeah. Like when you're seeing the Galio. Yeah, yes, it's champion. Those are exactly what I'm talking about. Anything like that in those other lanes is when I think the Galio is perfect. When you see a Galio and there's only one true damage threat, it's like, it could be kind of scary. That's all I'm saying. But like my man CLT Sid say, if they get ahead, it certainly will not matter.
Yeah, if Scorch ever feels like they can't walk in the Fog of War, then the game's over with. Like, they have no way of walking through it or eating cooldowns. But if Boomer Squad finds a way to like not be able to make plays with Jarvan, Galio ult, or Blitzcrank hooks, then Scorch is cool just to sit back and chill and be like, hey, we'll see you at 35-40 minutes. So I think the key to getting through this early game here for Boomer Squad is going to be this Jarvan visiting top lane and containing this Gwen. Because Ares has shown that he can play these fighter and split push champions super optimal. I mean, he got a solo kill onto Victor last game in the Yone Skarner matchup. So
I believe 2 solo kills, or was it just 1?
Yeah, you're right. I think there was a second one bot lane.
Yeah.
But like this is what appears to be the matchup going into the rest of this series is Ares on an aggressive like fighter-y champion, and Victor's got to weather the storm.
Yeah.
On a tank pick.
I would really love to see Victor on something that can maybe dual Ares a little bit, just because I think it's more than capable of doing so. But the thing about both of these teams overall, regardless of what we're picking topside, they're all team-oriented players. So they're going to play for what's best for team. And I think, even though Gwen is certainly more of a do for myself type champion, it's still a pick here in my eyes that is for the team because it's going to take down these tanks. It's going to shred them very much so and set up this Smolder and Syndra to just finish off the kills.
Yeah, agreed. Also, like one thing we haven't really, I haven't really touched on is there's nothing stopping the Syndra from scaling pretty fast into Galio. Like he comes at her so straight on, so head on that she's going to easily proc her passive, and get stacks quite quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's gonna scale even quicker than last game because now she's mid. She's got solo lane experience.
I feel like if you're the Smolder, you just want to fight on repeat.
Yeah.
Just keep fighting. Get your stacks up as quick as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Smolder has like an arcane comment and like a mana flow and just like I'm going to queue everything on my screen and stack as quickly as I can.
Yeah, exactly.
Just Fleet does virtually nothing in this lane. Like, you're not trading unless you get Blitzcrank hooked, but then you're dead anyway, so Fleet does nothing.
Is this a Fleet game for Smolder no matter what? I don't really know the options. Okay.
No, I think this is either arcane comment or I don't even think Grasp gets you enough health to survive an all-in. I think this is an arcane comment game. Well, Smolder could go Fleet for movement speed, I guess, but I don't. Not much value there. I think it's just an arcane comment. Yeah, it's Fleet. Okay. Well, as we load up here into game 2. Ignite on Blitzcrank. Interesting. I am in game, good sir.
I am too. I'm at 7 seconds.
8 seconds, 9 seconds. See, it's just the first time for me.
Yeah, you just got a little bit of a problem. That's all. We are seeing an invade. Not surprised. Got Blitzcrank. Must invade.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Though we do see the 5 point here. Will they be able to catch out Ares? They're hugging the wall. Looks like Ares did spot him though, so he should be safe to walk away without any issue. And that just means Rusty's going to get some vision down on the blue side, and they will be able to get a little information on the starts of this J4.
Minions have spawned.
Tang just kind of stepping up, trying to be a little bit of a nuisance to this Skarner. Doesn't really feel much threat. Gets his ward down, forcing Rusty to the top side. So this can be a mirror start from both of these junglers. Well, one starting Wolves and one starting Red. But pretty mirror start. Both on the same side. Wait, why is this thing not up? What the heck? I was like, why is the scoreboard not showing? I was so throwing CLT.
Sorry, what's up?
Oh, I was just like, why is my scoreboard down? I was like, I don't remember clicking any buttons. Turn that off.
Looking at the stream, your scoreboard's up.
Yeah, I just put it up now. You're so out of it. What are you eating over there?
Wife just walked in.
Hello, wife.
Kind of similar to last game. You see Ares already getting off to a really good CS start. But likewise, Bori's got a pretty good lead here off this first wave. So.
Yeah. And we do see the J4 ahead in clear here, so should be able to make the first move on the map.
I don't know if there's really anywhere for him to go. I mean, he might be able to go mid if it's like a flash con angle, but for the most part, like Syndra's okay with this matchup.
You might just see a
Play
3v3 bot. Maybe they set up for a counter gank, assuming Skarner's gonna come.
Not good. I'm curious to see what the build for Victor Apple goes as well on the Sejuani, because he's done a couple different variations.
I feel like this game, probably early on, definitely got to go the Hollow Radiance.
I would agree, yeah.
Alright, so Archer's going to move in. They do have a ward, so they should spot Rusty out. They're going to engage
Big
on the
spear.
Boomstrap, but unfortunately, Hook's not going to land onto him. And mid though, is a big flash play on a Tom. They will pick up a first blood for the Shade 4. You are seeing the fight down here. Oh, a nice root there from Bori. Going to have to pop the barrier, but it won't be enough. Boomstrap will end up getting the kill. I'm really surprised that Poke Archer doesn't kind of spot this out, seeing that we had the information, but he will double scuttle for the decision, though.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a very big acceleration here on this Smolder now.
Yeah, you see Archer. They want to set up a play here, and I think they have. That's the W down. This is pretty rough for Ares. Will be able to get a nice root off. Ares should go down. The Ignite is ticking, and that'll be a kill for Victor Apple on the Sejuani. Be able to shut down this Gwen pretty early on.
We got a Chemtech Drake coming up first.
Back-to-back Chemtech drinks. Who would have thought?
Yeah. I think it's really good for the side of Scorch here. Don't think it's as much value for boomers. We see a
Cooldown boots. Cooldown boots top, by the way, for the Sedge.
Cooldown boots and the Amp Tome. So potential Rylai's we've seen. He got a kill. You could argue Roa, but no.
They got the kill, but the XP lead is still up there for this Gwen, so Gwen should be okay here to continue just kind of bullying out the Sedge overall. Ooh. I can feel Victor Apple wanting to just fight.
Mm-hmm. I noticed it's a phase rush on Jarvan. That's interesting.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that either. Yeah, that is very interesting.
Yeah. How do you feel about that being kind of the jungler of this duo?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's fine for the chase down. You're trying to stick to this dragon. You're trying to stick to the Syndra. Meanwhile, there is an engage here onto Chengi's Blitzcrank. He should be okay, though. We're going to see a nice root there by Bori. They're just going to focus the Drake, and they're going to be able to acquire it for themselves. So,
Nope. Still had enough pressure in the early game for Poke Archer to grab that dragon.
And with that, that means there should be a full contest on these grubs from both sides. Oh, Rusty is looking to try to make a play here. He's trying to force. They know there's no flash in either bot laner, and they're trying to shut him down, but they just can't find the play.
No tier first back for the Smolder, so also quite
Chengi is going in. A nice hooks and a land on a Boomstrap.
Oh!
Beautiful play, but there's no follow-up, unfortunately, from Bori. Oh, they're gonna find a nice little roots. They're gonna turn onto Rusty though.
Rusty's not level 6.
No, he's forced to flash away. He's significantly behind here on this Skarner. So that should be at least a couple grubs going over to the side of Scorch. Maybe even all 3. Another hook is going to land. This time it's going to be again on the Boonstra. Are they going to try to full commit? They will, but there's a lot of damage. Wow, if that ult hit Bori, that could have been very scary, but luckily able to sidestep there.
Bori had a barrier and flash up, so.
As well as his ult.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't think the damage is going to kill you. You might hold your stuff, so.
That's true. Very true. So. Seeing a lot of things happen from this bot side here of boomers. Which they have to. They're the ones on the timer here. Against Syndra Smolder. And that's a crit item first for Smolder. Okay. Muramana potentially.
Yeah, very interesting.
See, Poke kind of sniffing out this gank here. Could look at a 3v2 mid.
Oh, they're going to spot out Rusty.
Oh, okay.
Rusty's got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and that's just a dead Scorpion.
But I answered that question. What takes priority, Skarner? E or Flag and Drag? But ends up going against Rusty there. The Blitzcrank showing up.
Oh, yeah, Chengi's now here. They're not able to land the taunt, so nice sidestep by Tem there to survive the Blitzcrank hook as well.
This does look like a Rylai's first item coming out of Victor's Sejuani. Looks like he's fighting back like decently well in the Gwen.
Yeah, he's not suffering too much. Oh, now this is a turn potential. This is a solo kill for Victor on the top side.
Oh, he was not ready.
No, he's not. This Sejuani is scaling, baby.
Go ahead, ban the Nocturne. I've got more to cook.
Here comes Rusty. Gonna try to go on a board. It's a really nice suppression. He does have his ultimate. There's also a TP coming in. They're gonna be able to suppress onto this Blitzcrank. The wave will land on the board, but here comes the Galio ult to try to defend his team. They're gonna find a nice setup onto this Skarner. Skarner should go down. Hook's going to land. Finally, Skarner will go down. Can they get one more auto off on 10? They will. Will there be an E? Oh, a nice flash in there.
Oh, nice,
and that's a double kill for Bori on the Xayah. And now that's a 4K gold lead for the side of Boomer Squad.
Yeah, they're putting on the pressure knowing that they have to win this early game super hard. And they're doing it. This Blitzcrank pick is putting in a lot of work. Essence Reaver. Sorry, I said Muramana earlier, didn't I?
Sin Muramana, yeah. I was wondering what you were talking about at first, but I was like, maybe you know something I don't know.
No, I thought Essence Reaver, but I said Muramana. That was my fault.
Okay.
I don't play EDs, man. I'm a mage player.
I trust my tech guy, and this is what he gives me.
Oh, we've been over this.
Well, hopefully Poke Archer can trust his team to help him secure this Drake. And it looks like he can. Victor's doing what he wants, but unfortunately time is coming up. He's got no flash. If they can land anything, no, it doesn't look like they can, so.
Victor's Ignite's coming back up. He can all in.
Nice hook on a Calico down here. That's a lot of damage, and Chang's gonna end up picking up the kill onto this fish. The first death of the game for the fish, but unfortunately that's just more gold going over to Boomer Squad.
And Chengi is going to be going fishing a lot this game. Pun intended.
Yes, indeed. Will there be a pun for this topside fight?
Ooh, okay. If we're gonna keep this going, that's all I had.
I was seeing if you had anything else. You didn't.
Nah, nope. I found the one that was teed up, and then after that, I'm good.
You missed teed after that. That's what happened. But yeah, that's gonna be another set of grubs going over. So that's 6 grubs for the side of Boomer Squad. Now we got ourselves a 1v2 bot lane. Bori does have the ult. Gonna drop the ult. Nice dodge of the wave. Huge flash into there. Get himself a nice kill onto Boomstra.
Bori with the stick flash.
Oh no! Now they're finding the fish once again. Nice hook going on the Calico. We'll miss the bubble unfortunately, and there's nowhere for this fish to go. And that's gonna be some fish fry.
This is definitely going Boomer Squad's way.
Yeah, and
no,
a hex smash. Ooh, close on the hook.
You look at the kill discrepancy though, like they're only up 5k. Granted, it is 5k at 15 minutes, so it is a substantial amount, but there's still quite a bit of room for Scorch's comp to still get online.
Yeah, we should. Well, we have a chance. Let's check the stacks here. Smolder only at 88 stacks, so this is definitely not going to be an early stacked dragon by no means.
Syndra's on 66 stacks. Oh my god.
Oh, look, we're getting a fight on the top side. Ares is actually winning it. He's able to push him off, but now this could look like a potential solo kill. It will be. Ares almost had an opportunity. Now we're seeing the engage on the Rusty, and they have the whole team up here for the Scorpion. Here comes the dunk, and that's a kill for Poke Archer.
Wow. This is every time Scorch feels like they have an opening or a play to make, Changi or Poke Archer is just there the whole time.
They're just being tracked so heavily. And now another engage here on the Tang. He's going to root up this Galio, but he's going to be forced to flash away. Now they're going to try to collapse onto the Galio, but he's just going to ult out, and he's going to be just fine. He's going to live. Changi's forced to flash away, but the whole team has assembled up here. They are able to get some nice sums out. I feel like that's the first Galio ult this game.
Second. There was a
second? Okay.
Boss,
Oh, Rusty's he's just trying to get his stack. But he will be denied by the Sejuani.
Yeah, it looks like Hollow Radiance potentially next, or Abyssal. Oh, that might be Abyssal Mask, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about him going Hollow, and he just decided, I want to do damage. Talking about doing damage, Bori's got a whole lot of it, and that's going to be a dead Gwen.
That's a full 2 item Zaya, by the way, too.
Yeah, you think you can snip these feathers?
Nope.
So now they're going to try to turn onto Victor. Once again, Victor's just going to queue away. Skarner really just does not have a lot of targets this game.
Yeah.
It feels like a situation you really just want to set up the front to back at this point, but they're down so much gold that these front to back fights at these Drakes, at these Barons, might not be an option anymore. Oh no, Rusty's going to portal right into a statue. That's not where he wants to be. The wave will come down and hit multiple members, but is there any way of Rusty surviving? Nice bubble's going to come out, but a Glacial Prison will be able to secure that kill.
Jeez. Rusty tried everything to get out of that.
Yeah, they put everything down. Now they're just going to drop the Herald, so that should be another mid lane turret going down. If Chengi uses it properly, okay, he's able to not hit the wall. Little worried there for a second. And just look at all these grubs. My goodness.
Yeah, anytime I see my support driving the Rift Herald, I'm worried.
Oh, and boy, ends up on the turret. He's forced to ulti. Oh, that was almost really scary.
Yeah.
Poke Archer should eventually secure this Drake, and he finally does. So that's going to be sole point at 18 minutes for the side of Boomer Squad. They've got everything they need at this point to really secure this game. It's play around Baron, it's play around Soul, and that's your win con now.
Yeah, I don't see much hope for this Scorch draft coming back into this game. They're so just behind the pace when it comes to stacks and just late game in general.
Man, being behind the pace, and yeah, Ares is behind the pace of being anywhere on this map. He's going to be just completely deleted for the 5th time this game. Victor has been relentless on this Sejuani. Bori has been doing work across the map in his lane on this Xayah. Now, I don't want to say there's no hope, because there's always hope. There is truly always hope, but it's just going to have to be one of those games. You've got to try to do your best to stall. Maybe get a lucky team fight, a nice pick somewhere on the map. It's just very difficult for them to do that right now.
Yeah, at this point I think Scorch might just be reluctant to either get a pick going into this next dragon.
Oh, that's a pull on the red buff. And the red buff is stolen away there.
Oh, that's such a feels bad. But you'd be reluctant to just let
Boomer Squad won game 1. There's an occasion, a flash by Tem to try to survive the flag and drag, but that's another dead champion on the side. Meanwhile, Rusty should be going down as well. Suppression will come out, but it just will not matter. That's a rampage here for Bori. They're going to be able to pick up another kill onto this dragon, and there's just nowhere that is safe on this map right now. It's a 17 kill to 1 kill game for the side of Boomer Squad. They want this finals to be theirs. They want to be champions. Yeah, so Tenzin, game 1 went over to Boomer Squad. This is game 2.
What a statement for game 2.
Yeah, they've just completely taken the life out of Scorch. The flame is starting to flicker out. And that's going to be Baron here at 21 minutes. Oh, look, Ares trying to engage. It's like every time they think they've got something, they find something, a favorable setup. This team is so slippery and finds a way out.
Yeah, nothing is went Scorch's way.
Yeah, and now you see Victor coming. There's no ult on this Gwen. Gwen can't really do too much to fight. So Victor's going to do whatever he wants. Does miss the W, but it gets the auto off after the Q. That's a nice amount of damage. Doesn't look like he wants to pull the trigger. Glacial Prison was down for a few more seconds. Yeah, at this point in the game, do you just start considering what to do here for Game 3 draft?
I think so, yeah. But especially if they get Soul and then lose another team fight, then your thoughts are already on Game 3.
Speaking of thoughts, ooh, Chengi thought he had himself a pick.
Yeah.
See,
I want to find a world where Scorch has an out, but they're just so behind on even stacking.
Well, let's check out the only 167 on this dragon at 22 minutes. He's unfortunately just not going to cut it. You're looking at maybe Smolder stacks unless like a crazy good fight happens. What, maybe 30 minutes in the game he might hit his mark. Oh, nice hook on the Rusty. Obviously, Skarner is pretty tanky, so he shouldn't go down. Oh, and a nice suppression out of Bori. Going to get him under the turret. Oh, they're going to root him up. Will they have the damage? Doesn't look like they do. Bori's going to survive. The Cataclysm's going to come down. Nice blitz going to go on to Rusty. And somehow Bori is living. But here comes Ares getting a shutdown on the Poke Archer. Will they be able to get any more? They're trying to look on a Chengi. Will they be able to pick him up? They will not. Changi's able to walk away, but where is Tang going to go? Tang now is in a pretty bad spot. He does not have flash. Does he have his ult? He does not, but they're going to just let him live. Wow. Talking about the moment where it could have been.
If they had picked up all that shutdown gold on Bori, then there's a world where like I could see them getting a touch of momentum.
Well, this Gwen did get a nice shutdown here. Able to pick up some gold on to Poke Archer's J4, so maybe can somewhat help in the sideline against this Sejuani.
There's still 2 levels down though right now.
But yeah, we talk about oversteps, and that was kind of it right there. Like the Blitzcrank hooking someone you really don't want to hook. The Skarner, I mean, if you have the full team there, maybe it's okay, but did not have the full team. And now Changi is going to find out where the Skarner is, keep him off. And that's going to be Soul here at 23 minutes, 24 minutes, give or take. And now they're just going to look onto Rusty.
As much as I hate to say it, I think you actually give up Soul there and then just see if there's a world where you accelerate Smolder stacks and fight for this Elder fight if the game's not.
Let's see what he was able to get during that fight. He was only able to get up to 193. So.
Yeah, that's still respectable.
Yeah, it's closer. Oh, a nice cancel there onto Rusty. Does he have his ultimate? Can he turn this in any way? It looks like he's just going to go down. That's another kill for Bori. He's now 8-1-2 on the Xayah. They are going to drop the Dragon's Breath just to keep them off of, I don't know if that's actually the name of it, Mom. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, Mom.
It just feels like that's what it should be. He's breathing fire. In my head.
But that can be his Q as well.
True. Now, Dragon's Breath, that's a Shyvana spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Dragon E.
Well, anyways, Glacial Prison's going to come down on a 10. Here comes in Pokearzer from the side, and multi-man Cataclysm. Butcher's going to be able to fly out, but unfortunately, they're going to be able to pick up multiple kills. And this might be the ending march as what is Ares going to do? I guess Ares is going to try to keep Tang from getting into the fight. Is going to be able to get rooted up. A lot of damage onto Ares, but I don't think Tang wants this extended fight. Is going to miss a part of the ultimate. The stun's going to come out. Does he have the damage? He does! Nice solo kill. They're going to pull back Pokearzer, but it's not going to matter. Hook's going to go onto this Skarner. Skarner's going to go down. Now Butcher's going to have to try to run away. Oh, he does got his stacks now, though. That's massive being able to pick up a kill here.
All right, in Smolder we trust here, maybe.
We talk about having just that crazy fight, and we just kind of get it. Get that fight where he's just able to do a bunch of stacking, even though it doesn't favor the side of Scorch. It does get this Dragon finally stacked up here at 26 minutes.
I'd like to note, like, the Ares-Tang fight, Tang's passive magic shield came up at the very end, I think, to save him against Ares.
Yeah.
Or it would have been a 1-for-1.
He also dodged multiple ults. I think at least 2 of Ares' ults is completely missed, which was pretty game-changing here.
Yeah. So, let's see. You got Smolder to late game here. You do got Elder Dragon coming up. A potential, like, fight for that if you can pick off. You have, like, not the tankiest build coming out of Victor, so I don't think he can be as reckless as he has been. But like we said in the load-up screen, like, Scorch's comp has to move into Fog of War, which is what Blitzcrank wants to be.
Yeah, I feel like, see, like right here, I feel like maybe you'd look for a pick there on the Tang, but they're not going to pull the trigger. They're a little nervous. Tom was bot side trying to pick up some gold, but he was not able to get it. That would have been huge if he was, but the Syndra just doesn't do enough damage. You got to remember, this is a 14k gold lead, CLT. We're at a point where I don't know if those fights are going to matter too much. There's just too much gold in the pockets as we are turning on a Baron here. Just gotta kind of get lucky and find some sort of pick or get another lucky fight.
Oh, I agree. I think the window is very, very small.
Yeah, no, Tom is gonna just be locked up here. That's a solo kill, more or less, for the Sejuani, and they're also gonna take down the Scorpion. They really just wanted that comeback gold, and now that might just cost them the whole game. It's only 3 members left on the side of Scorch. What can they do to defend? This Xayah's got a Bloodthirster. She's going to do so much damage, so much healing. Changi's going to be able to Hex Flash in here and do whatever he wants. There's going to be another inhibitor falling here in the mid lane. And again, they have Baron. They have 6 Grubs. They have Soul. They have everything. And now we're going to TP in, and we're going to just look for the base. Do they have any way of stopping this? Ares is going to try to drop the W to see what he can do. But I don't think it's going to matter. Dropping the ulti as well. Taunt's going to come out. Ares should be able to be popped here pretty quickly. He is surviving for a little bit. Boocher's just trying to auto whoever he can, but it just doesn't matter. Nice suppression. They do end up picking up Tang. This team fight's going gnarly at this point, but boy, but he's playing a double kill for the Smolder, but they're just hitting the Nexus, and that's going to be the game.
That's game 2.
Yeah, they got it almost for a second there. It got a little hype, like maybe they're getting a little overzealous, maybe. But again, there's just too much gold in the pockets of Boomer Squad, and that's just a game 2 going over to them here.
Yeah, with Bori damage.
27,000, massive. I mean, even Victor on the Sejuani, just absolutely insane as well. Really well played by the entire Boomer Squad there. And now they have themselves, once again, a situation that they like. They're up 2-0 in this series. Now all they got to do is take it home. So what do we need to see Scorch do here?
Oh, man. Let me go back and look at these drafts for a hot second.
Yeah, let's break them down together. We can have a conversation. Anybody in the chat would like to help us out too and tell us what Scorch should do to try to turn this series around. It's going to be hard. We are talking about a reverse sweep, but we have seen it. Maybe they've got the old TSM buff. I don't know. They're certainly going to need something.
I think Scorch in both games has kind of elected to sit back on their heels and scale a little bit. I mean, you got Syndra in both games, and they haven't picked really any type of frontliners. Like you're going enchanter / utility support with a fighter, bruiser / like tank jungler, and then you're putting Ares on a split pusher. There's just not enough. If you're gonna dedicate Ares to like that split pusher, you want the 4-man comp to have, like a tank CC support and then a tank out of the jungle with, bot and mid having substantial amount of wave clear.
You know what I would like to see, honestly? I just think if you're going to go blue side once again, if that's the option, I do not want to see a first pick Syndra. I think we just scrap the Syndra completely. It's not even a part of the draft anymore. I want to see Rusty Zamumu at some point in this draft. I think you just got to pull out one of his best champions. It allows him to set up and find great engages. And I think on the top side, no longer does Ares need to focus on dueling or beating top outright. I think I'd rather see Ares pick something like even an Ornn possibly to just play with the team. I think you just play for these team fights, which you're so good at. That's what makes Scorch such a good team. And I feel like these last 2 drafts, they've gotten away from that. I'm not sure what they're really looking for in the draft from my perspective. And then you look at the other side, Boomer Squad doing exactly what they're known to do. They're drafting for these team fights. Go head to head with Boomer Squad. Let's see who is better in these team fights. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like if you do pick the Syndra, that's okay, but I think you need to play towards these late game champions because you've put Boonstra on Syndra game 1 and now Smolder game 2. So it's like you're not outside of Calico, like they're not playing to that. To their late game carry that much. So I think something like, even to switch up the supports a little bit, like a Braum or like, Rusty on more of a CC, like frontliner, like a Mumu, I think helps that out quite a bit.
Yeah. They're definitely going to have to leave something up here, right? Like something's going to have to be left available through these bans here. I'm also curious, does Boomer Squad maybe not even ban the Corki here? Do they just think maybe they don't play it? I feel like Tom could certainly play the champion. So these TTs, man, they throw us off.
We talked about that.
Yeah, we did. But no, we're not. I feel like we could have just left the Nyla up and banned something else out here.
I was thinking that too as you were talking. It's like, dude, can we just drop the Nyla band? I mean, she's not. While Bori is an exceptional Nyla player, like she's countered by so much in the meta right now.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to play Nyla into Skarner. You don't want to play it into things like Poppy. You don't want to play it into a Moo.
You don't want to play it into Caitlyn Bot, which is literally certainly a champion that I know Boomster could play. I just think there's so many avenues here. But once again, we are going to see that draft where we're just going to ban the Nyla again. So I do like the J4 ban overall, but I think that's more just to make sure Mumu is good to do what Mumu wants to do. I do love the Mumu pick, though. This is exactly what we talked about before this draft started. Get Rusty on one of his best champions. Let him shine. I mean, this is game 3. You're down 2-0. You just kind of got to send it at this point.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what I want to see is I want to see Orianna come into play here a little bit.
I agree with the PO focus. I do agree. It's so funny that I mentioned Dragon's Breath and then we see Shyvana.
Oh, did we? Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was kind of looking at some of the previous playoff games for a couple of points here. I don't see. I'm not with the Jinx here. I do like the Braum.
No, go to Braum. Go to Braum. Lulu is not bad.
You know what?
No, Lulu's not bad.
I was getting ready to say, like, Jinx plus Enchanter is not bad.
No, it's not. But Braum here, already into Ezreal and into.
Ooh, I like that even more, actually.
I disagree. I think it's Braum. Lulu maybe, but definitely not Janna. I don't like the Janna. I completely disagree with you on that. I think Janna would be really bad here, already. There's just so much poke. Yeah, I love the Braum. The Braum can keep. Negate the Shyvana, the poke, can negate the Ezreal poke. And in fact, already the Braum is not bad into LeBlanc as well. The ulti is super efficient into LeBlanc dashing in and then tagging her with Q right afterwards. Not including the fact that a Mumu does exist. If LeBlanc ever missteps, LeBlanc is going to disappear. So far, I'm loving what Scorch is doing in this draft. They are adapting well when it matters most. Can they keep it up in the draft, though, is the question.
Tang throwing out the gauntlet of, like, I'm showing you LeBlanc. What do you got for it?
Yeah.
And honestly, I think as much as I hate the state that this champion is, this looks like a super good Vex angle coming out of Scorch here.
Yeah, Vex. Akali, too, honestly. I think Akali, like, obviously, like, it's a skill matchup, but, like, if there's a time for Tom to just say, screw it, let me send a skill matchup, it'd be now. Whew, now that would be interesting. I feel like that would be one or two things. It'd be either a Briar top or a Shyvana top at this point, right? Which
I would see Victor playing Shyvana more, but as much as he cooks,
maybe they're memeing this draft. Okay, they're memeing because of standby picks. That's what they're doing. This guy is he's totally doing it. I mean, it was Briar Zoe. Yeah, dude, meme that guy.
I do like the Mordekaiser here if that ends up getting locked in.
Yeah, Victor knows me too well. I know exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
No, I love the Mordekaiser here. That's another good response here into the Yorn, which is something I would have loved to see Scorch pick, and maybe that's why they're taking the Yorn away, so they're not able to take it. But like again, Mordekaiser does have the value, and then you can take this Sylas. No, I like the Sylas. Give me the Sylas. I mean, I guess triple AP isn't great.
Galley. See, I don't know if I'm sold on Galio here.
I mean, he has good setup with the Amumu, right? The only problem I'm really seeing is the triple AP. That's probably the biggest thing. The triple AP now could be pretty risky.
But also, there's nothing to like. There's nothing to poke back into Boomer Squad's comp.
Wait a second. If that's a Gwen lock-in, okay, all right. This draft is not very interesting.
Is it orange support?
I think it's an orange support. Did you guys really just send this right now? Is that just what happened? Game 3, are you guys draft memeing right now or just really trying to deny the Ornn that bad? Because I think Ornn would have been great here, by the way. I really do. So I feel like they're just denying
wait a
it.
sec. This could be LeBlanc support? It could be Gwen and the Galio here.
Which Gwen and Galio is pretty good for the most part, unless, Galio's super far ahead like he was last game.
This could be LeBlanc support.
What is Boomer
I don't
cooking
know.
here in the last game, man?
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what Boomers has got here. I mean, they're up 2-0, so.
But wouldn't you want to just win though? Like
I agree. I was about to kind of go on that of like, there's two different sides of this. You either cook enough that your draft and the dysfunctionalness like gets you a win from all the cooking, or you just cook and you try something and it flops and you're like, okay, we still have 2 more games behind our back that we can go.
Yeah. But for me, I wouldn't want that, right? I'd be like, I'm already up 2-0. Like, close this series out. Get me out, Don't give them any hope. Now,
The same mindset.
yeah. I mean, maybe the draft is just going to be, like, really, really good. We're just, like, judging it before it happens. But, I mean, if I were looking at these 2 drafts, it's like, I do really like Scorch drafts overall. I mean, I do agree the Galio pick wasn't something I really wanted. But the other 4, I like. The just question is, who's the matchup's going to be? Okay.
Gwen top, Shyvana's jungle, so it's Ornn. It's either Ornn mid or Ornn support.
Yeah. So what do we like here for the Mordekaiser matchup, man? Like, Mordekaiser into Gwen doesn't seem like that great, but neither does Galio.
I honestly don't know. I mean, normally our top lane expert in the chat is Victor. So...
Yeah, where's Havoc at?
Where's Havoc, or is Dippy still around? Like, I'm kind of curious on this Mordekaiser Gwen matchup myself. It's not...
Dippy, are you out there in the stratosphere? If you are, let us know.
Yeah. Hell, Dippy wants to just join and go over this draft. It is. It's Ornn... Well, it's Ornn mid LeBlanc support.
Wow. Okay.
I like this. I like this, actually. Wait, we just got done talking about in weekly and leading up to this series about how these 2 mid laners are such great mage players, and then in game 3 we have a Galio versus Ornn mid matchup.
I mean, let's be honest. This entire series, they've, for the most part, gone away from like the skill expression they both normally have. It's actually kind of hilarious. You guys are bamboozling me today.
I won't be denied.
I gotta feel like the Ornn is being flexed mid just because they don't like Ornn support, maybe, or maybe Changi doesn't play Ornn at all. Because I feel like this was just an Ornn deny. I literally feel like that's why they drafted Ornn, which is actually crazy. Because then if it works, well then great. If it doesn't, then it's just like a meme picks. No.
Wait, they just swapped.
Okay, boys, we gotta chill out. Where's it going?
Yeah.
Where's it going?
Wait, what's the rule on the swaps? Wait a sec. Okay, come on, guys.
All right, stop playing. Put it where it's
Yeah.
supposed to be. Chill out, boys.
Yeah, you gotta give him at least like 30 seconds or something to respond. Do you? I mean, lane swaps are in the game.
No, it's not. It's not the lane swaps. It's just knowing like, is this where the champion's actually going? Is this like the mid laner or not? Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's looking like the official is going to be Ornn mid, Gwen top, LeBlanc
Yeah.
support. Okay.
I like that a lot more. I mean, Ornn does value levels in the late game, and I don't think support Ornn gets any levels to use the artifacts. Unless the game goes like an insane 40, 50 minutes.
So technically, I guess we haven't really corrected the rule fully, but there are certain lane swaps that are allowed. It was like this stupid rule where you couldn't lane swap before 5 minutes. But it's not about lane swaps. It's more about like where are these champions actually like going. Like, so is the Gwen like the top laner? Is the top laner playing the Gwen or not? Type thing. That's what we were trying to figure out because they were swapping back the champions all over the place. If the top laner wants to go mid and the mid wants to go top or whatever, that's your due diligence, I guess, at this point. I could care less. I mean, it's a part of the game. It's a strategy. But I just want to know, was was Tang playing Ornn mid or not? So, and it looks like that's what we're getting. We're looking like we're getting Tang's Ornn, Chengi's LeBlanc. So I know Chengi does play some mid. He played mid against us. He has some in his pool. I think it's like maybe his off role. I'm gonna assume like his second role. So that's probably why LeBlanc went bot lane. I am really feeling like this was just an Ornn deny. Like I don't. There's just no way it wasn't at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Ornn ult off like a Mumu Q's. And extend that a Mumu ult quite a bit. So the Ornn and Mumu combo is pretty big.
Ornn and Mumu combo. What do you mean? They're on the two different sides, bro.
No, when you're saying you're denying Ornn away from.
Oh, okay. I was like confused. Okay, now I understand.
No, yeah, it's all good. First year, we're still working out the kinks. So, what do you think? Who you got in this game 3?
I'm gonna pick Scorch for this one reason. I don't believe Scorch will go down without a fight. I don't think they're going to go home in a sweep. I feel like they're going to at least pull this to 4 and make it somewhat of a series, because I do believe they are good players with good spirits. And I do kind of like their draft overall. It's pretty good. So that's where I'm going to put it at.
I would give it to Scorch, and I virtually 100% agree. But Scorch's draft is easy to play compared to Boomer Squad is full sending a very unique draft that they would have to have a lot of practice.
Are you
games
in?
On. Yes, 2 seconds, 3 seconds,
4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Okay, we're good. I paused for just 1 second.
You're good.
All right.
But
what is the setup we get? I think, considering the fact that we have a Braum here, it might not be a bad idea to invade with this Braum. Anybody that gets tagged pretty much will die, even the tanky members. So it looks like that's what they were going to do. But unfortunately, Tang was able to walk mid. So
we got a high T in the chat.
Ty, welcome back, my friend. It's been too long.
I've had the great.
Nice manage toss on the poke archer, but does have flash, so I feel like it's not gonna get anything off. That's just gonna kind of ruin Rusty's setup for the early clear. And they got vision on the red buff. Oh, what is going on here? We're doing some cheesy stuff here. Braum is walking in.
I think these first few levels of this bot lane is going to showcase a lot.
Oh, you see this? Okay, this is going to be very interesting. Yeah, like if Calico and Boonstra walk in unsafely, this could be really bad. Now we are going to see Thom pushing off Poke Archer a little bit, doing some more damage to him in the jungle. If he had Ignite, he might be able to threaten him more. But instead, he's going to take a lot of damage now from Tang for it. And he's not really doing much trading back. Wow, he's under half HP here, just getting whittled down by Ornn autos. Maybe that was a bit of a mistake, trying to set up Rusty maybe to get an advantage. Well, that's nice damage coming out of Ares early on, while Victor being chunked down very heavily.
And, note this is I think one of the rare times where you see Victor Apple not on some form of a tank or engaged team.
Yeah, oh no, that might be a solo kill. He doesn't have a ghost. Gonna flash in. Eric should be fine. Should pop the W. Oh no! He will end up going down. And now we see Tang walking in, trying to punish. They are gonna jump onto this Ornn. Do they have the damage to stop him? They do not. That's a kill going over to Rusty, and you do not want to give Rusty Amumu a kill.
No. No, that's, for as much shit as Galio started on that Raptor invade, Orin gave it back. So, just, I don't know about that. I mean, you're just happy to play nice and quiet here on the top side.
Yeah, no, it's really unlucky that Ares ended up dying there, as that could have been, like, game-changing for that top lane matchup. Also, Tom not able to reset here, which is pretty big. So he's forced to stay in lane. He does have a 2-level lead, though. He's going to force Tang to take a turret shot, but he doesn't have any mana.
What? Was this on our bingo card here for this finals? Is watching like two tanks go at a mid?
No, it was not. It was funny because I was playing Mexican bingo, or they're called Chalupa. Nice cancel there by the Ornn! And that's going to be a solo kill by Tang.
I gotta talk to Tang. Is this a Galio counter that I gotta start working on now?
Possibly.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of pressure on this Jinx Braum lane with LeBlanc support.
Yeah, early on it's going to be kind of hard, but I mean, the Jinx will certainly be able to scale here, and it will get much harder for LeBlanc to do as much meaningful stuff. Another nice pullback. Oh, so much damage. We're going to collect a play pretty soon on this bot side, though, so it'll be really nice for Bori. Ooh. The stun will come up. I mean, that's a lot of damage onto Changi. Changi's going to have to be really careful here. Fortunately, the clone is the one that's going to be rooted up by the traps, but now that Braum is pretty low, they are going to look for a dive here onto Victor. Oh, my goodness. Almost able to solo kill. Does get the XP. Able to dodge the first one, and it's just a straight-up solo kill for Ares here. Maybe this matchup is Mordekaiser favored because so far he's been really having a lot of success in this lane.
Yeah. Red team last pick win their tie.
The Braum is forced to reset here, which could be crucial for this Drake. Shyvana obviously wants to get these early Drakes going for her as she scales with them very well. Changi takes 2 turret shots, though, so Changi will be able to force the reset as well if they want to maybe try to force a Drake here early on. Certainly could be an option. And, yeah, that's exactly what Rusty's going to do. I really like the call here.
Yeah, I think if he gets this dragon off, then I think it's a really good standing here for Scorch.
Yeah, this LeBlanc was picked third, I thought, right?
Yeah, LeBlanc was R3, Ornn R4, Gwen R5.
Yeah, we think that they picked Ornn to deny the Ornn combo with the Amumu here. We see Victor just trying to clear the wave, yeah. You see Calico moving over for the defense here of their mid laner. I don't think they have as much kill pressure at this point. I mean, yeah, it was already pretty tanky at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're gonna just turn on to Tang, which is very interesting. Here comes the Ornhorn down. Will they be able to turn anything? Polearcher's still in here. I don't think they have really much ability to do so. Wait, maybe there's an ignite onto Tom. Tom should be safe. Oh no, Ares is walking right up. He's gonna find Polearcher. Polearcher does have flash, but I don't think it's gonna matter. It looks like he's just gonna go down. He can't get away. What a nice ulti, and that's a lot of AP.
Yeah, Ares making a point that this early game is gonna be his, and Scorch is primed to take this game 3. They're about even, but with a dragon up on the scaling comp.
Yeah, we wanted to see the fight out of them, and I'm happy to see it so far.
You think you go still Leandry's first here on a Mumu? Because I think there's enough damage in this comp.
I mean, that's usually what Rusty does, so I'm not surprised if he does it as usual. Can Ares still just straight up win this right now, even without having his ult?
Yeah. Kind of the item difference.
Kind of ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
Tom's gonna have to.
That's how that trade goes.
Yeah, Tom's gonna have to get out of here. He should be fine. Poke Archer's coming in, but yeah, they shouldn't have any meaningful damage to kill him there. But he is chunked. Let's see if we get a fight over these grubs here. Doesn't look like it's what's gonna happen. They should have the knowledge though. There's a ward in the pit. Oh, they are going to try to contest this. Okay. There is a flash on the Shyvana, though, so let's see what happens here. Shyvana is pushed off. Nice bandage toss going to land. A nice Amumu, followed up by the Galio is going to land. It gets canceled, but that's going to be a solo kill. Yeah, and that'll be at least one grub going over and denying it for Scorch.
Nice heads up from Tang. Cancel that Galio ult. Such a very small window.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there's just too much damage coming from this Amumu. And too much CC.
Yeah. It's 4 kills on Aerie. If there's any champion you didn't want to see get off the ground, it was this Mordekaiser.
I agree.
Oh man, that's Riley's next on board. Oh. And the good news for Tang is he's against triple AP topside, so he does get value out of MR.
I expect this Ornn to be pretty much unkillable most of the game. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this could be like a full AP Shyvana, like full tank Ornn.
Nice pullback by this Mordekaiser.
Oh.
He's just having his way with Victor, especially after the last game. It's probably got to feel pretty good.
Oh.
They're fighting, boys. They're fighting.
This was not on my bingo card for mid lane, alright? I was going
Oh, the ulti there. Oh, and a flash Q coming in from Ares to shut down Victor. And the ability to get out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, Ares was not having any of Victor's shit this game. He's like, I'm gonna stomp this. We're going to game 4. Now you have something else you gotta ban from us.
Oh, Rusty's gonna flash it, he's gonna find the Q, and they're gonna be able to ult right on top of Tang. Tang should eventually go down. Does he have one more bandage shots? Oh, they're flashing from the Shyvana to keep him safe. They're gonna get the kill. What a play for Poke Archer!
My God, Poke Archer with the flash to block the Amumu Q. What a heads up play.
Oh no, here comes the flashing. Oh, nice shot! Will that be a trade 1-for-1? It will not. But again, Ares is just chasing this guy down. They're going to spot out Poke Archer. They know that he doesn't have flash, but they weren't able to tip him with the Q, unfortunately. He's trying to be able to get closer to catch up. Do they have anything? W will miss. Victor is just proxying, trying to stay alive. Oh, and he's actually dashing away perfectly, wasting Mordekaiser's time. But they will stop the Drake stacking, which is pretty massive here. Once again, there's going to be no chance for the Shyvana to get this Drake. And instead, now they're going to be up 2 Drakes in this game, CLT.
Yeah, Scorch being up 2 Drakes now is really, really good for the Jinx comp. Especially the 2 Drakes that they got.
Now, the most important thing is Ares has got to play very smart because he is right now the carry. Meanwhile, though, Tang is going to be CC'd up here. Can they finally kill this Ornn? Not successful last time. I think they should have the CC, but the question is, do they have the damage? Nice move, all waiting out the nice W, and yeah, they will be able to kill him.
Yeah, and Tang, the Amumu passive creating true damage for Magic.
Oh, it's kind of close topside.
Yeah, Ares tanked a few too many turret shots there.
Yeah, now we see Shyvana getting the grub, so they're going to have the grub advantage. They're going to have 5 grubs. Gwen is going to love that. Here comes a Jinx rocket from downtown. It will not land. They will be able to get the pullback on a poke archer, but of course he does not want to fully engage into that. It is pretty risky. They do spot out this Galio. They have the information that he's here. Oh, but unfortunately, there's a dive bot side that's going to result in a kill going on to this Ezreal. And look at all the damage being done to this turret. That is a lot of damage. They might be able to just get the first blood turret.
I think they do.
Yeah, I don't think Braum can do much to defend here. Mumu is in the vicinity, but I don't think he's going to come down. And that's going to be first blood turret going over to Boomer Squad. So with all the nice stuff happening in this game for Scorch, they are fighting back. They have to worry now as Jinx is not getting any gold, meaningful gold that is. And now this Ezreal's up a kill and almost 20 CS.
Yeah. Where Ares is doing great, Boomstra's Jinx is definitely falling behind the pace a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
now gotta kind of worry about this guy. Oh, he's just gonna alt hang under the turret. Here comes Yornhorn though. He's gonna land it. And wait a second, Victor just left him. Oh no, they're just hand feeding kills into this Mordekaiser at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't brute force into a fed Mordekaiser.
No, but what you can do is continue to punish his Jinx, and that's what this bot lane is doing. Mumu is going to come over to try to help out a little bit. They're just trying to stop Boomer Squad from collecting this Herald.
As much praise as we've been giving to Ares this game, they're still down about 1,400 gold here. I don't think Scorch has been ahead of 15 minutes at any of these games so far.
No, that's definitely been a problem. Very interesting walking in like that, but I guess we're just going to make sure they can't do anything to stop the Herald play. So, nice pickup there for Rusty, getting another objective here. It should give them a good setup here for this Drake. Even though it's about a little over a 1.5k gold lead for the side of Boomer Squad, I do favor the team fight for the side of Scorch here at Drake 3. Most important thing is just not getting picked out. As I say that, Calico's taking a lot of damage. They are trying to do what they can, but they're forcing out the exhaust. And Calico should have to back off. They're in a bit of a risky spot, and there's no one to help them defend this mid lane turret. They're so low. The dive might be imminent. Meanwhile, there's a bot fight happening. This Galio obviously is ahead of this Gwen due to the fact that Gwen being so far behind. Galio is currently winning it, but Victor's turning it. What is the play going to be? Nice flash coming out, and that's going to be a solo kill for Tom.
Minions.
Yeah. Mumu finally showing up to help out mid lane as well. Drake spawning in 40 seconds. That should be the next point of contention for both of these teams. They're going to receive a reset from Scorch's bot lane, so they will be at the Drake first. There is a TP on this Mordekaiser. There's a TP on this Galio as well as Galio alt. But for that tempo play, they will collect themselves a mid lane turret and continue to grow this gold lead.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's enough or it's on the right people. It's like it's a little more spread out. So where we would really like to see LeBlanc dominate this early game. And they had the one dive bot side, but they didn't turn any of this bot pressure into dragons.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Now we're going to see this matchup once again, and Victor Epper does not want to be in it. Now, so they are looking to contest. I think the Galio is probably going to have to try to come over here. They might just turn on to the Galio. Yeah, they're seeing Tom being forced out. Poke Archer's coming in. He's trying to get in there to stop this from going down. He does have his ult. He will not get in. It's going to be taken by the Jinx. Poke Archer should go down. Here comes the TP. Yeah, Galio ult's going to come down as well. Jinx being excited is pretty big. Bori is in the Mordekaiser realm. Does not want to be there. That's going to be a dead Ezreal. Massive fight. There's going to be 2 dead on the side of Boomer Squad. Victor Apple was not able to be there. He's actually going to be a TP in from Tom to try to defend the turret, but he's not able to do so. So Victor Apple able to pick up some more gold for the team. But the gold is even. I think Tom likes this fight now. He should be just fine with it. He's going to fully engage onto Victor Apple, but doesn't really have any more CDs.
Yeah, what a massive fight. I know Pokearcher tried to go in for the steal, but at that point, just let him die, because Jinx gets an early, get excited, and she can start to run this team fight over with a little bit and get some more gold in her hands.
Yeah, and importantly, another turret's going to fall for the side of Scorch, and that's going to get them slightly in the lead on gold now. So with 3 Drakes, CLT, their team is exactly where they need to be to win this game.
Yeah, they're not pressured to get this soul anytime soon, as long as they get it at some point. Because once they do, you're not killing this Ornn, you're not killing this Galio, and Jinx healing up off Ocean Soul against the poke, like, it's going to be insane. Like, you're almost running like a pseudo poke-ish comp with Shyvana Ezreal, and Ocean Soul just completely shuts that down.
Absolutely.
So this will be an interesting 4th dragon fight. It feels like the shoe's kind of on the other foot now, where Boomer Squad has done a great job all series, getting ahead in the dragon count and stabilizing the game through objectives. Scorch has done a very good job this game 3.
Rusty will spot out this Ornn, and they're going to turn onto the Ornn. He is kind of tanky, so I'm not sure that's who you want to go on to. Maybe just a little bit of poke damage, I guess, if you want to call it that, from an Amumu.
Yeah.
Jinx Rocket is going to fly by and actually hit nobody. But again, they're going to find Tang once again. Are they going to full commit? They have Tom coming around the corner. Yeah, they're just going right onto this Ornn. They're going to be a double taunt. That's a huge Amumu ultimate as well. They're going to get 2 members almost immediately. And now Changi's going to have to run away. But can Changi get away? Yeah, he's going to do a dash back to his original distortion and be able to walk out near the Baron. But that means with no jungler, with no mid laner, they could easily turn onto this Baron. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Ares is not here and does not have TP, so this will be a 4v3 if Boomer Squad decide to contest. You see Changi trying to look for an assassination. Oh, Buntra's in a really tight spot here. They've got to find a way. They do get on top of Bori, but this might be a dead Jinx. It's going to be a nice taunt coming onto Victor Apple. Buntra's trying to run. Can Buntra survive? He will not. The Grid will take him down. Here comes in the Ornn. Oh, no. It's going to be a wipe for the side of Boomer Squad as Scorch is deleted off of the map.
Yeah, I think they were kind of split on whether they were turning or whether they were completing the Baron here.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of hard to turn. I mean, Changi's the Blanc. It's just so slippery. And unfortunately, we do see the Baron going over to the side of Boomer Squad in a game that was in their hands on Scorch's side. Luckily, Ares is picking up more gold, but I just don't know if it's going to matter enough here. Jinx Rocket to, I guess, just cancel backs and slow the resets, because Soul is coming up, and they could still certainly win a fight. What do the cooldowns look like on the side of Scorch here? And the big one is this Mordekaiser can actually be here for this Drake, and that was their most fed member.
Yeah, I think if they're full committing onto this Baron, Mordekaiser needed the TP there and just do it with them.
Unfortunately, he did not have TP, so it's kind of very difficult to do. Yeah.
Now, I think the main thing about this Boomer Squad comp is the last Dragon fight, Tang wasn't there, and he's the one that's got to be first to walk in and create space.
Oh, they're going to jump right onto Changi's the Blanc, and they're going to blow him up before the fight even starts. Now, they're doing a lot of damage onto the Mumu. The Mumu will be taken down. Can Jinx get excited? Oh, my goodness. Jinx in a horrible spot. Going to be taken out as well. It's going to be on Ares to try to carry the fight. He will be able to get multiple members, but now this is going to be a 1v3 for Ares, and they're all flashing away from this Mordekaiser. What can Mordekaiser do? They're jumping onto him. Nice, easy to come down, but the Mordekaiser should get shut down. He does take one with him. But But unfortunately, Boonstra's positioning cost that fighting. He was just chunked. It's almost as if maybe bursting down the block doesn't matter because she's not the carry. She is just a bait. And now all of a sudden the tides have turned. We thought we had a chance of going to a game 4, and now we got to consider if this could be the series defining moment for Boomer Squad.
Yeah. I think ultimately, like you said, burning all those cooldowns on Chingy and not getting anybody else. Also, Jinx was not involved in that kill on Chingy, so she couldn't get excited and play the fight a little bit quicker. But no one is marking Bori. Bori's just putting out an insane amount of damage. He's had a really quiet early game, but he's 4-1 and 6, full 3 items completed here. He's going to be what Boomer Squad rely on to put out this damage and chop down this Scorch team comp.
Yeah, I'm wondering, do we want to see possibly an Immortal Shield Blow out of this Jinx just to try to stifle some of the burst coming out of Boomer Squad?
Either Immortal Shield Blow or... Yeah, I think it's just Immortal. Because if I'm not mistaken, Immortal gives crit still.
Yeah, and now they're going to try to turn on to Ares. What can Ares do? They're doing a lot of damage, but look, Rusty is also here. Can Rusty help turn it? There's a Jink Rocket, will miss. Tang is in the realm. Tang will go down, but the rest of the team is coming. Bori and Changi have arrived. What can they do? They're going to be able to taunt up Changi. Changi's going to flash away and W out.
You got to back out. You got no CC left for Ezreal.
Oh, no.
Gonna carry this.
Nice ulti coming out of Calco to kind of disengage, but he will be tagged. That's not good. The Braum should be able to go down here. Nice W to try to get out. But now it's with Rusty the bad spot. Oh, they're going to try to turn the flight. Nice move walk coming out. They're trying to turn out Bori. Bori's going to be CC'd up. Bori should go down. He will. As the kill will be mixed up onto this Galio. That's going to be, so far, a trade, though. 1-for-1. Flash in coming from Ares. The Q will miss, but the slow will be enough. That's going to be a kill going in. Oh, now Victor Apple has found a target. Nice traps coming out. Oh, and the CC. Bootra should have the damage. Kite it out. Barry will come out, and he will pick up the kill onto Victor.
Wow. Victor tried his best to get on the Boonstra, but...
No, but he burned 2 sums on this Jinx, and that means with Baron coming up in 2 minutes and Soul in 2.5, this Jinx will not have sums, which is massive for those team fights.
Yeah. This could still be anybody's game right here, even though Boomer Squad's up by 3K.
Yeah, they finally were able to catch out Bori there, making a slight misstep, and just get CC layered down.
Let's see, we got we got another minute and a half. I don't think Jinx gets to... Oh, Jinx might complete IE by then. If Jinx gets IE by this dragon fight, I think you fight it. But if not, I think you just
Jinx
give it.
has 500 gold in the pocket right now, so I don't imagine she will be able to complete it by the time that we need the Jinx to have the IE.
Yeah, I think you have to have... I think Jinx IE is valuable in this team fight. Unless they like get Ares on a flank and he kills Bori or a poke archer. But I think if you get rid of one of the damage dealers, then there's not enough to cut through Tom and Rusty to get back to the Jinx.
Yeah. Something else to note, Ornn items are coming out at this point. Only onto the Ornn currently, but that just means each member is going to get... I suspect the Ezreal will be getting the Ornn item next.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he has one item to give over right now.
I think Ares in these team fights probably will have a hard time getting on top of this Ezreal. I think he needs to mark this Shyvana. Shyvana just does so much damage to Boonstra, and I think they have enough CC to deal with this Gwen in the team fights, so I think he has to mark that.
Yeah, agreed.
Of course, Ezreal would be a nice... pick up. Oh, and a huge Q going to land on the poke archer, but they don't want to fully take the fight. That could be a mistake. Bromwell is going to go the wrong way, unfortunately. They're going to try to catch on to Changi, but Changi's just going to dash away safely. they do have the scuttle on the river, so they are going to have the speed up as well. This is a fairly squishy Mumu out currently, too. Just, like, taking so much damage so quickly. Something to note as well. Another nice bandage toss.
Oh, if they pick...
Now they are trying to force onto with a huge Crystal Sam Army of Park Archer. Archer is very low. We do see Mordekaiser not here. Galio's coming in with a huge ultimate, going to land on multiple members, but they just don't have the damage. They're losing the fight. Boar is low, but they just aren't doing enough DPS. And now they got to consider Gwen doing whatever Gwen wants. Oh, what a huge amount of damage by this Ezreal. It's a double kill for Bori. And this just looks really, really bad. Oh, my goodness. This could be the game, CLT, depending on how these next few minutes go. Tom is going to probably try to pull the wave here. Can he stop it? Drake will be acquired. Yeah, he's just trying to keep them off. But he's just going to be a sacrificial lamb at this point. Chains will land. Second chain will land. And they just have too much damage. And that is a dead Galio.
Yeah, Ares needed to be much quicker on the TP there. Because if not, there's nothing to create space against this Ezreal.
Yeah, well, I also feel, and hear me out here, I think the commitment on to the Shyvana was a mistake. She's just too tanky at the moment. You're not one-shotting her unless maybe Ares is there.
Yeah.
I think you hold the Curse of the Sad Mommy for another possible play. As much as I hate to say it, and it is a bait to try to focus on the Changi, I still think Changi and or Ezreal are better targets for the Amumu ultimate there than ulting the Shyvana here.
Yeah, agreed. But, man, I just don't think you fight there until Jinx gets IE. You're okay with giving away Second Ocean. Like, even though it is your soul point, like, you have the late game scaling comp.
Yeah, I mean, it could be nerves at this point, too. But now, look, it's 7K lead for the side of Boomer Squad on a comp that we didn't think had the effectiveness. And yet, here we are. They have a chance to win the game here. They've got Baron, and they're pushing down right now. Changi on the side, trying to look to assassinate Boonshore. That's a lot of damage onto this Jinx. Fortunately enough, Jinx will live, but that will force her to back. Nice pullback on a Changi, but just put a W away.
Oh, where do we go from here?
I mean, you probably just have to get lucky with a team fight or hold out and hope Baron falls off eventually and you don't lose your whole base.
Yeah, I don't think they lose any inhibs.
They might, because I don't think this Galio can defend against this Gwen. So that inhibitor should be going down on the bot side. Level 16, level 17. Yeah, Victor Apple can just do whatever Victor Apple wants to do at this point.
Yeah, I stand corrected there.
And Calico is just being poked out. They're trying to defend the base. Yeah, now Ares is coming to respond. Unfortunately, Ares cannot be everywhere. He has to be with the team because he has a lot of their damage, but he also needs to defend against this Gwen, who is just split pushing with 5 grubs. More or less unstoppable. Baron should hopefully be falling off soon. A nice bandage toss going to find multiple members. That's going to be a huge because it's that mommy on to 3. They're going to find a Galio ulti. Oh, no, they didn't turn on boy. It might be a mistake. They're trying to kill Tang. They finally get the kill, but can they do anything else? I just don't know. Mordekaiser is not there. Booster is trying to focus down Poke Archer, but he's going to go down. Oh. And that's a double kill for this Ezreal.
That might be the
it's going to be able to kill one. If Ares is able to get the kill here, there's the only chance. But no, Victor Apple gets it. And ladies and gentlemen, they're going to walk into the base. There is nobody there to stop Boomer Squad. Wow. They are going to be your 2024 Summer Sweat League champions of the Low Midwest.
Wow. What an ending. Holy cow.
Scorch gave their best effort here today, CLT, but unfortunately, it was just not enough. And like you said, at the end on that team fight, they did it. They caught Bori. Beautiful bandage toss, beautiful curse of the sad mommy, but they just were not focused enough on killing that Ezreal, and he just got the free fire. And look at that damage that Bori did. 44,000 damage in this game.
Jeez. Yeah, they didn't have the greatest access to Bori, but I thought Ares' presence in a lot of these fights was gonna delay them to let Jinx get online.
Yeah.
But that second dragon fight that went to Boomer's squad, just Jinx not having IEE, I felt like was.
Yeah, it was pretty much everything. We will jump in and talk with them in a second. By the way, I would like to talk to the champions here, but if you guys can vote, I'm gonna just do a quick vote here, see what you guys kind of feel on who the finals MVP is of this series. Obviously, multiple members of Movement Squad got to shine. Victor Apple's Game 2 performance was something of a spectacle, but Bori overall throughout pretty much the whole series did very, very well. Tang, I don't think Tang got as many opportunities. He was pretty ridiculous on that Corki though in Game 1. Polk Archer setting up his team constantly certainly was a facilitator, and Changi just having a good old time playing some Blitzcrank. And LeBlanc last game, though I don't think the LeBlanc ended up being as impactful, it was just threatening, and it did not allow the Jinx to do things as safely as the Jinx would have wanted to do. And in the end, you see the result. So maybe we can get some votes in the chat, see what you guys think. I really don't want to be the final person to make that decision, or me and CLT, I guess. I would prefer not to. If I have to, I will. I don't plan on putting up a big voting thing in the league, since this was the last game being played. So you guys give me your opinions in the chat, and if we get some votes, enough towards one name, I will award that individual finals MVP. Otherwise, I guess it'll be on me and CLT's discretion. We'll have to review what we think. But while we're doing that, you want to jump in, you want to talk to these guys about the series. I'm sure they're waiting for us to hop in so they can get an interview.
Yeah.
Should we double check with them first? Do you want to message Victor?
Sure, I'll ask Victor.
Okay. We got 2 votes so far for Bori. Okay. Keep them coming, guys.
Victor said to come on up.
All right, awesome.
Preemptively mute the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I
Yeah.
already did.
It's a good idea, guys. Well, first, let me just say congratulations, guys, on being the champions of the split. I'm sure it must feel pretty fantastic right now.
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah. No cheering from you guys, I guess. Okay. They don't feel nothing. They don't, No, it was such a fun series to watch. CLT though we'll lead off with questions as usual.
What was the preparation like this week coming into Scorch, seeing that they they ended up 2-0ing Zoomers and then 2-0 Team 2. Like, there wasn't much. They took out the 1 and 2 seeds from Group B, so they had pretty impressive showings. But what did you guys notice or see coming into this week that you exploited?
Banari.
Yep.
Okay.
Get Tom off the his comfort champs.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, that was a good identification there. Definitely one of his best champions. In Game 1, I'd like to talk about the Corki. So you guys identified Corki being apparently very strong, and you had a very good game on it there, Tang. What to you made you feel like it would be a good pick this weekend?
Flexibility, but I also think the championship is broken. So
was there any chance that we were gonna see a bot lane, Bori?
Yeah, we could have seen a bot lane.
Okay, so it was a flex pick as we thought.
It was probably I think it was like 70-30 for mid, like 70% mid, but it could have gone bot.
Also, I think it's such a solid pick in the Ziggs. I felt like if they swapped it, it was like Syndra bot, or I'm sorry, Syndra mid Ziggs bot. I felt like that might have done a little bit better for them. Were you guys kind of curious on which champ was going bot lane, or you were comfortable with either?
I thought Syndra was gonna go mid. To be honest, it's a better matchup, but
Yeah.
I took the Ziggs mid and then got punished for it.
They wanted the Syndra Nami combo bot.
I mean, while it's a good combo, you can still take advantage of it with Nami being support and Syndra mid. It's not undoable.
Yeah, absolutely. True. It was actually interesting to me because I feel like they just took the Ziggs more as a deny from you, Bori, but we haven't seen you play it in the playoffs. I could be wrong. You know, we'd have to ask them if that's the case, but it did kind of feel that way. Did you feel the same way as me on that one?
For the Ziggs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was gonna play it if they didn't take it there.
Oh,
It-
okay.
Our comp set up Ziggs pretty well. So I complimented it when they picked it. I was like, yeah, I think that's a good pick for them.
Okay. Okay, so then it was
Didn't end up-
it was a good deny then. Yeah, I wasn't sure. It just felt like I haven't seen you play it recently, right? Like I said, like I think you've played nothing but 80 carries through pretty much the whole playoffs, right?
I played Seraphine once.
We've had Ziggs banned multiple
Yeah,
times
it's banned
against us, so that's
all the
probably
time.
why.
Ziggs is also banned a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Jellyfish perma banned it. I didn't get a chance.
That is fair.
Actually, low key, like if they took the Ziggs, I thought it was like a decent Seraphine angle there that game won. Instead of Caitlyn, but Caitlyn still does the job perfectly fine too.
We're kinda low damage if we go Seraphine, I think. I don't know.
I mean, you
Fair.
still had Lilia, which I want to touch on the Lilia pick. I don't think we've seen almost any Lilia. Maybe like once or twice we've seen it this split. It's been a very quiet pick this split. How did you feel playing the champion there, Pro Archer?
I mean, I feel like Lilia is just like a very fast player and just like being able to punish when like enemy jungle goes for like weird tempo plays kind of like I'll just be able to like capitalize and have a lot of gold for your team fight.
Makes sense, and I don't think it's too bad in Xin Zhao either. I mean, obviously Xin Zhao likes the early fight into it, but you're gonna outscale the pick. So
Exactly.
let's jump into game 2 here though. We end up seeing another completely pretty much different draft from both sides here, except for Skarner making it through again as well. Well, no, I guess there were a couple picks that made it through again, but they were different drafts. They went for more of a late game comp. You guys were definitely like more in the early mid points in the game, and we talked about it on stream. They got to play fast. Was that something you guys also identified with your draft and their draft?
We have to play fast this game, right? Like they
Yeah,
have
game 2.
Smarter.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have
Yeah,
the
that's
smarter
smart,
win
Syndra.
con and
Yeah.
Gwen too.
Yeah, because it seemed that way from the way you guys were playing, so that's why I was asking. I was just sometimes teams are just like willy-nillying things, but I mean, you guys definitely seemed defined on what you guys wanted to do, so that's why I was asking. The Blitzcrank though, Chengi, I was happy to see it because I feel like we never see it anymore. Were you just picking it because you wanted to punish the Nami Syndra bot lane, or was there any other particular reason?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like their bot lane plays a lot of mobile champs so like Blitz is pretty easy to kind of take advantage. And if they do pick more mobile things, it kind of pushes them out of their comfort zone. So either way, I thought it was pretty solid. And yeah, overall, just affecting the map is pretty fun with Blitz.
Changi was giggling that game. He was
Yeah,
running
I was running
around.
around.
Yeah, it's a fun champion to play when you actually get to do what the champion wants to do, right? Set up around objectives, find picks, be a nuisance, and you did that pretty well. But top lane was something, right? CLT. I mean, that's such a wani.
Yeah. I thought the Gwen was a decent like answer to Sejuani, but I don't think he was ready for the amount of damage you brought to the table there.
Yeah, this is a matchup I was actually pretty excited to see because I was obviously prepared for it. I've seen Ares play the Gwen against Zoomers last week, and I know from personal experience that Gwen is kind of Sejuani's like more difficult matchups. Sejuani likes to stack health. Gwen rips through that health, right? But I was able to practice a lot with a CC Star from Zoomers. He's the Gwen player, so I was able to get more comfortable with the Sejuani Gwen matchup, and I was excited to put it to practice in this match.
Yeah, if I recall, I'm trying to pull it up, but I think you did the most damage that game.
I think I was just shy of
Yeah, you were just shy.
someone. Yeah.
Bori had like 3 different flash E pullbacks to get 1,000,000 people.
Yeah, I mean, the first one was the 1v2 bot lane. Boy, were you sweating during that fight?
No.
Oh, no sweat.
They were running at me from like a million years away, and I had ulti and flash, and they're playing Smolder. So
Yeah.
I guess it's
I
pretty
was
hard.
not scared.
Pretty hard. I also like, the draft you guys set up was just a fun draft. I mean, overall in that game. And seeing the J4 Galio combo, which I love because it's so free, if done correctly, obviously. I assume you guys practiced that. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't have picked it. I could be wrong. But what did you guys feel when you guys decided to do that as your last 2 picks there on red side?
We might have panic picked the Jarvan.
Oh.
Yes,
It was-
It was
true.
fun.
We did.
Oh, okay.
But it's fun for it, so.
Wait, what would have been the pick then?
To be honest, it had to be like we'd have to be in the moment to think about it.
Oh.
We were
we
saying
were
it
gonna.
had to be damage.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted
we
to
need-
flex the Sejuani top jungle,
Yeah.
but Tang didn't have a mid he wanted to blind,
Oh,
so we
yeah.
just went Jarvan. That's basically the thought process.
I think actually a good pick could have been there if you were still going with the Galio there. Besides Jarvan, would actually have been Wukong, which would bring a little more damage to the table too, and it's actually pretty good in Discarner. So
And it's still flexible.
yeah, it is technically still flexible. Yeah, yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Well, it's not a hard champion to play top lane. Okay, it's pretty easy.
I feel like Wukong though still gets answered, like Wukong top specifically still gets answered by Gwen.
Yeah, I think it'd be a harder matchup for Wukong 100%. I think the Svedge was better into it from base what we saw, but he also said he practiced on it, so I guess we'll never know. Next time, just pick Wukong for us so we can find out. So CLT, do you have any questions for them about Game 3?
Game 3. Galio versus Ornn mid was not in my bingo card today. I don't even know where to start with that one. The Mordekaiser put like a lot of pressure on you guys top side. But it's like they couldn't get to Bori enough. So there was a couple really good fights there, but I don't really have like too much. I thought it was whatever comp got ahead was gonna win that, which is kind of the similar narrative to the other 2 games, but yeah, I don't this Ornn mid was just so random.
Yeah.
Victor, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, go ahead, Victor. Let's talk about that.
Oh, this sounds like a great story.
So like I saw what Scorch was going for, right? They're going for the front to back team fighting comp. So I'm like, okay, Ares is probably not gonna play a carry this game. I'll pick Ornn because it's the best tank after Cassante's ban for team fights, I guess. So I'll take it to deny. And I was super happy seeing the Mordekaiser pick because Ornn traditionally should do well into Mordekaiser because you can always save your W to make it so that Mordekaiser can never take you to Brazil, right? So I was like, okay, I'm happy with this Ornn. Now Tang sees Galio. He can prep a counter pick, right? For our last pick. And he says, give me the Ornn. And I'm just like, sorry? And he's like, yeah, I can play Ornn to Galio here. And then he's like, you can pick in a Mordekaiser. And I'm like, I was like getting ready for the Ornn versus Mordekaiser matchup, right? I'm doing my runes, and then he just says, yeah, I'm taking the Ornn. And I was like, all right. And then the Gwen was kinda a panic pickish. Like, it was a champion I was practicing right for into Cassante, because I know Ares has been playing a lot of Cassantes, and it's also a very strong champ. So I was like, all right, if I'll just take the Gwen out this game, and it did not look good into Mordekaiser. I learned quickly.
Yeah, we were curious how that matchup would go because me and Hare just had like no context. Like we don't know who wins, and then it was very apparent Mordekaiser is okay with that matchup.
Yeah, Mordekaiser was beating that ass.
Yeah, he was spacing my Q's level 1. I probably should have started E or something. I don't know like the exact like matchup specifics for Gwen. I just know that if I can like scale to late, Gwen can take over this fight and take over against this team comp in particular, because it's sort of low damage melee, and Gwen can just rip through the front line here, right? Amumu, Braum, Mordekaiser, Galio. I just click W, Jinx can't do anything, and I just tear their team apart. So
Well,
like
that-
the Gwen made sense to me, but the execution could have used some work.
Yeah, I think that Tang might have almost griefed your guys' draft then, because like the way that game was going, I mean, Scorch definitely had opportunities to win. I mean, it was a very close ending. Some missteps and miscues by them, probably just being down 0-2. Either they've got a lot of stuff going on in their head, but I think that was their best draft where they had potential to win. So I'm assuming then that mid lane was supposed to be LeBlanc, right? Originally? No?
No.
You guys
No.
really picked that support?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I think he really wanted to play it bot.
I have played LeBlanc support a lot, like especially a few years ago, but it's also in a lot of my flex games, and it's pretty strong early laning, which I think we tried to abuse the most we could. You can see that in like the Blitzcrank game. So I was like, you know what, LeBlanc seems pretty good, but I do get outskilled pretty fast if I don't get any kills.
Yeah.
Or if the game isn't scrappy like early.
Yeah, I think like you definitely got some small advantages there, but really the biggest fight that mattered the most, where the LeBlanc had the biggest impact, was that Baron. Just you threatening and able to get a little poke damage off Jinx just really like wrecked any chances for them to win that Baron fight, because then you had, I think, the Gwen coming in from the side, and just it ended up being a disaster for them. If Mordekaiser was there though, it would have been different. But I mean, I'm sure you guys identified that he had no TP, so he couldn't show up. But yeah, overall, I mean, great series, guys. How do you guys feel after winning the split, and feel about the whole split in totality?
Pretty fun. I enjoyed this whole experience a lot, to be honest.
It was
Just-
great playing 5
yeah.
scan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, it was something exciting to look forward to every week.
Nice. Well, then I guess you guys will be happy to hear that we are planning a split starting December 2nd. So you guys can get right back on the saddle and try to defend your title.
That is coming up.
Yes. Yes. As I said before a little bit when talking about it with people on the side, we will not play during Christmas. So we don't got to worry about that. But we'll take the week off. We understand holidays and stuff. But yeah, we'll see how many teams join up. Hopefully we still get a pretty good solid amount. But that'll be your guys' opportunity. So you guys can look forward to that.
Hell
Back to
yeah.
back.
Back to back.
Yeah, that's the goal. I also, based on, we only got a couple votes in the chat, but I think I agree with those votes, and I think CLT does too. I would like to award the finals MVP to the 80 carry of this team, Mr. Bori. So you will be able to get 2 skins, my friend, and congratulations on earning that title.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it need a Neela skin?
Does it need a deal?
I might have
You got
them all.
Coven.
I gotta double check the rules on what it was when we made the finals MVP. It might be something where one of them I think it has to be a skin picked for finals, and one I think could be for the whole split.
What if they banned it all 3 games and didn't let
Oh
me?
yeah.
That's kind of what I was alluding to. It's
Well,
like
then-
Neela skin for the bands.
We could all double check Battlefy. I mean, it's up
Yeah.
there.
I think I have all the Nyla skins.
Okay, I think he's good. Yeah, I was really surprised they didn't let that go through, because I think they had
Yeah, I
some
do.
decent picks that would have been fine into it, as you've even stated before. Like, it's not like something you just willy nilly pick it for fun. Like, it has to be a good situation. So
No, you can't just slam it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess they don't feel comfortable playing into it, and that could be the problem too. So
Like that Nocturne.
yeah, maybe exactly. Maybe they just don't feel comfortable with the Nocturne top or how to play around the champion in general. I mean, it is a very strong pick when executed properly. So, and with how much Galio's presence had in this series, Galio can't click R if there's a Nocturne. So
True.
Can't see.
no.
My favorite calm.
So I'll leave it with this,
Yeah.
guys. Is there anything you guys would like to say to everybody about your victory here?
Be wary of the Ornn.
I'm low key like next time there's a Galio blind pick, I'm smashing Ornn and let's just see how this looks.
It was a pretty good lane matchup. I'm just
It
saying.
really was actually.
I was really hoping you were gonna play AP Twitch to.
Oh.
There's a bit of a lore where Tang had a very bad scrim against one of our friends.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's enough memeing in my stream, boys. I will.
No, there's never too much meaning.
No, we will get you guys your skins as soon as possible. It has to be a week, so of being friends. I think everybody is already my friend. If you're not, add me, and that's on you. So your skin's gonna be delayed.
On me. That's on me.
Yeah, true. I can't remember who I have and don't have. But CLT, any closing words to the champions, to the rest of the league, on things?
No, I appreciate the league continuing to go on. I appreciate Hairwiz for letting me cast this whole league, and overall it's just a lot of fun to watch some really solid like League of Legends, and it matched up well with Worlds timing as well. So I congrats to Boomers on getting the dub.
Thank you.
All right. I feel the same way. Thanks for an awesome split. Thank you guys for playing and being a part of it. And hopefully, of course, you guys return. It doesn't sound like you guys aren't going to, but you never know. Obviously, there's lots to consider. So I will leave it at that then. So GG to the night, and congratulations to our 2024 Summer Split champions, Boomer Squad. We are out.